This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where tonight, my friends and I are going to delve into the Doctor Who role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Creature Feature. It was written by Josh Harwood, who is also our narrator. But before we begin this new adventure, a big thanks to all of our patrons. We don't monetize our show with YouTube, so we rely on our viewers to toss us $1 now and then to help defray the cost of producing the show. There is a QR code that will take you there, or you can follow the link in the description. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Josh?
Thank you, Doctor. So before we begin this adventure, I will just, for you viewers at home, very quickly explain at least the basic points of this. It uses a 2d6 dice roll. You add your attribute and your skill together, and you roll 2d6s, and that determines your success. We also have a mechanic called story points, which can be spent to use special skills or certain items like the sonic screwdriver, or to help aid in not dying or stopping a world-ending event or various things. But yeah, this is a very roleplay heavy system. It's pretty straightforward once we get going. As rules come up, I will explain them if they need explaining as we go along, and I hope you all enjoy this timey-wimey ride. So, without further delay, welcome to Doctor Who. So, we begin aboard the TARDIS. The Doctor can describe what their TARDIS looks like on the inside if they want, or they can just introduce themselves.
So, I'm the Doctor. I've lost count of how many regenerations I've had, but it's been quite a few by now. The inside of my TARDIS is actually a little bit what they used to call steampunky. There's a lot of wood, fine wood, and a lot of iron work and so forth. And it feels a little bit like flying around in an old Victorian mansion. And I'm looking forward to wherever we're going this time.
Where are you going? Well, we'll find out just in a few minutes. But let's just go around the TARDIS. People can explain what they might be doing right now and also introduce themselves a little bit. Whoever wants to go first.
Okay. All right. I'm Lily Marsh. I'm a young English teacher from England. I've only been traveling with the Doctor for a short while. I only know him in this current iteration of him. I'm a little fish out of water. I kind of come and go. I have a fiance back home, so the Doctor will drop me off occasionally, pick me up again. We'll go on some adventure. I think right now, Lily is nose deep in a book and just sitting in a comfy chair and reading.
I play Caster. and currently he is sitting at one of the many terminals here inside the TARDIS, looking for a new home.
That's fair. Who's next?
I am playing Zachary Zeki Archer. Um, I am a former time agent. I have left the agency a long, long time ago because of some misunderstandings with the upper ups. And yeah, I'm right now sitting probably at a small, little improvised bar, drinking from a glass of whiskey, and touching everything in the TARDIS because I am just amazed of all of this Jules Vernean experience the Doctor has prepared for us.
Yeah, so I'm probably yelling at him every once in a while. Don't touch that. It's going to throw us off trajectory.
That's fair. I'm
And
fine
where
with.
exactly are we going?
This time, I mean, where would you like to go in time and space? Restaurant at the end of the universe, or how about the world's biggest carnival?
Anywhere as long as it's got some excitement.
What about a nice beach somewhere?
Oh, there's some very nice beaches near the Singing Rocks. That's on Megalopardalis 5. I don't know. Let's throw some random dice and see where we end up.
Okay. So as you do that, but TARDIS has a little bit of a shake, and you all sort of move a little bit, and a, just a red light starts flashing.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
And then all of a sudden this music starts playing in the TARDIS. It's very carnival circusy type music. And there's a voice that the Doctor, even you're probably a bit confused as to how they managed to sync to the TARDIS. But you just hear this voice saying, "Welcome, welcome to the galaxy's greatest carnival." So should I say universe's greatest carnival? Come to our planet and enjoy every wonder of the universe.
Advertisements. They're not supposed to be able to advertise on our ship.
I don't know. You
And then,
mentioned a carnival, though, Doctor. Maybe that would be interesting, right?
Well, it sounds interesting.
I haven't seen what the universe's carnival would look like. I've only seen the ones on Earth.
what is a carnival?
It's kind of a big show where they have people
Rides.
who perform, and
Yeah, performances, rides, at least on Earth. Animals sometimes.
What is Earth?
It's a planet I'm from, Castor.
I'm going to keep stoic, but Zach is so giddy and happy. He loves carnivals. It's a big secret. I just cannot wait, but I'm going to act all bored and be like, yeah, a stupid carnival. Seen thousands of them.
what time signature does the carnival have? We all want to dress appropriately, of course.
this is where it's a bit weird. The TARDIS isn't giving you any time signature.
Well, then it's probably temporal. So there's probably people dressed like every outlandish costume in the world. So dress however you want.
You should
course,
fit
the
right
in-
in, Zach.
The infinite wardrobe is at your disposal.
Okay, so everyone can dress however they like. The the TARDIS just materializes on this planet. It doesn't actually give you any information on the planet. It just all you get is the advertisement for the universe's greatest carnival, and everyone looks all, and then like a little hologram appears in the TARDIS, and it's like everyone looking happy and cheery, and it's all vibrant,
So we'll walk to the front door of the TARDIS and
full
open it
of
up.
colors. There's even like weird animals. Okay,
Take a look
as
outside.
you open it up, Doctor, a gun is pointed straight in your face.
Oh, here now. Says there's no need for that.
Well,
Who
what's the
are
holdup
you?
here? Oh,
Quite literally, a holdup.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor. This is Lily Marsh, Castor, Zachary Archer, and Bronte Carlo.
is this part of the show? Oh, is this one of those acts?
We heard there was a carnival here.
Yes, there is, but I need to see some identification.
Of course, got an identification right here.
Okay.
Oh, I have to spend a point.
Yeah, you spend a point. I think it's just one story point, but
Yeah.
yeah. Is a. Oh, okay. You're cleared. Sorry. I'm from the Galactic Military Force. We've just had a bit of issue, so we're vetting everyone who comes.
I see. Well, we got your advertisement and we decided to come by and take a look at the universe's largest carnival.
Oh yes, yes. If you just head down, where you are is kind of like you're on like a mountainside, and it almost looks like to you, Lily, would be like a car park, but there's just random variations of ships all around, and it's very structured like a modern car park. And there's like a slope that goes down. He points to the slope. He says, "Go down there. You'll reach a checkpoint. That is where you get your tickets, and they will set you on your way to the universe's greatest carnival."
Something serious must have happened if you're greeting everyone with a gun in their face.
Yeah, they don't call
Yeah.
the galactic police out for just nothing.
It's none of your concern, citizen. We're handling it. You see quite a few armed people around, like armed soldiers around, but
Could I
So
use
as
my, I was just going to say, could I use my historical knowledge to figure out what time period we're in?
yes, you can. So
Excellent.
I know you have that as a story point thing.
Yes.
So you know, the similar to what the doctors almost theorized is the universe's carnival kind of the planet sits in a temporal loop, so it technically exists in every time. So
Interesting.
anyone can access it. So it's kind of for everyone, no matter where you are, you can
But
come to the universe's greatest. There's no specific time
would these
because it.
policemen then be like also in that same state?
Yes, but you could I can give you this as part of it as well. You would probably think these are from the universe, from like the 60th century around there, going by their weapons and that. But you see a mixture. There's some that look like they've got weapons from the 51st, some from the 30th. So you would know they sort of all come together from, if especially here, because it's at a time they can almost converge and have a bit more of a presence from all their time, from all the different time periods they can kind of converge. And
Oh, I guess I could just ask the guy. So I'll ask him like, what year is it, my friend?
What year is it? For me or for my friend over there? Different year depending
Oh,
on who you
okay.
ask.
It's one of those timey-wimey things.
Yeah, you've never been here before, have you, miss?
I can't say I have. I hate
Uh,
things that can't be arranged chronologically.
well,
So
you're gonna hate it here.
as soon as we've all stepped out of the TARDIS, and it locks so that nobody
Okay.
can get back in. Well, they all can.
They all have keys.
Well, let's go.
Yes. And he points you in the right direction. Um, and as you go down the slope, you start to see there's like loads of different sections. There's like a massive section with a giant big top, and there's even like a theme park where there's a massive roller coaster, and there's like an anti-gravity coaster, and there's all sort. As soon as you start going down the slope, you just see vast amounts of fun. Vast
Ooh,
amounts of fun.
rides. I'm taking off for the rides.
I will be joining Didi. This looks amazing.
Yeah, you have to go to the ticket. You did say you go get a ticket first,
Yeah.
so you go down and you're there. You see lots of
Mhm.
people. There's still a few soldiers as well. But most of the people look happy. There's families, there's young children, just everyone here. And there's even some people in like Viking outfits, and there's people in suits and all sorts. It's just a mix.
Doctor, this is quite frightening. I don't think I want to enjoy this anymore.
Oh, you'll be fine. You fit right in.
I fit right in. He looks
Why,
at himself.
sure. Look at all of these different kinds of people out here.
I suppose one could
And
say that.
nobody's looking at you strangely at all.
No,
Okay,
everyone's
fine.
just smiling.
I still don't like this place.
Well, you stick close to me.
I
You'll be
will.
fine.
Okay, so you guys reach the like ticket office, and you're greeted with a blonde hair, blue eyed girl in like pure white outfit, and she's like, "Hello, welcome to the universe's greatest carnival."
We would like 5 tickets, please.
Okay, so please put your hand on the receiver, please, sir.
Handprint scanner, uh, 57th century. And I put my hand on it.
As you do that, it says special guest access granted. The doctor. Welcome.
Well, we're traveling with a VIP.
They're
Well, I am the
expecting you.
doctor.
I guess Castor won't have to transform himself into a minor or a senior in order to get ticket discounts.
It'd be greatly appreciated if I did not have to.
So
All
yeah,
right, so we all get
but
tickets.
yeah, she opens the gate. You don't get it in tickets. They kind of give you this little like strap, and it appears on there. So you just and for Castor, it's different. They send like a thing to like the chip in your head. So you just have to put your eye towards any of the scanners, and it will register.
Oh, that's a unique feeling.
So if we all want to go in different directions, we can make it a thing that we'll meet back here around in an hour or so.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Maybe we can get something to eat after that.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
right. Okay, so basically there's anything you can imagine in terms of like circus or theme park or anything. It's like the universe's funnest place ever. There's water slide. There's even like a water park and that. So, um, who's going with who or who's going off and what you're doing? I'll just go around. Doctor, what?
Well, Castor and I'll walk around. I would like to see the menagerie where they have all of the bizarre, exotic creatures from around the universe.
Okay. Okay.
Make sure they're treating them nicely.
Well, of course. Uh, Lily?
I'm going for the rides and I'm kind of mentally steeling myself for like the most intimidating looking one because I want to try it, but I'm kind of scared.
Okay. Any specific kind? You going to go for the normal theme park or water park kind of rides or just proper coaster rides?
Just whichever one is like the big main scary looking roller coaster. We'll go for
Okay,
roller coaster.
I have
Okay.
I have for one. Zaki, what are you gonna do?
Hmm. I want to pick games that are most definitely probably rigged, and I want to try to outsmart the Carnival in trying to get some prizes.
Okay, so you're gonna go for like the classic carnival games. Okay. Bronte.
I'm gonna go for the Hall of Presidents of the universe.
Okay.
It's history.
Yeah, it's sorry, that tickled me more for this. Okay. So yeah, we can do that. Who do I? We'll go to Lily first. We'll go to Lily.
Okay.
Um, Lily, you go to something that's called the Extreme Gutbuster 70,000. It seems to be this anti-grav roller coaster that just goes straight up. And you don't even see where it goes when you see it go up. You think it goes out of the atmosphere, you're not really sure. And then you just see it shoot all the way down. And then it goes around these loops and loops and loops. And then you get slingshotted across the entire park. And then it seems to just vanish and then reappears and drops you back onto the starting point.
And how do the people look like getting off the ride? Are they like a little green? Are they like shaking a little bit? Look like they had a great time.
Some people throw up, but they look happy, but they throw up. Some people just look like in shock. Still a bit of a smile on their face, but a bit in shock. And there's others who are just like, we've been on this before. It's okay.
Okay, I think I will probably hesitate for a good 2 or 3 minutes and like fidget with my wristband and like think about it before just kind of okay, we're gonna do it.
Okay. Okay, so you get on. What you find bizarre is because you know how your parks work. You sit in the seat, but there's no like bar to come down and there's no straps, and you're like, how?
Yeah, I might even
And
turn to the person next to me and like, excuse me, do you know is there like a restraining mechanism?
you turn next to you, and it's an ood. So he just activates his little. Oh, sorry, miss. What was that? Can you repeat the question?
Does this ride have a restraining mechanism? It looks like a very it's a very serious ride, right? And I'm not seeing anything to maybe hold us in.
It pulls you into the seat. You are perfectly safe. It might feel a little bit different to begin with, but you are perfectly safe.
Oh, okay. Thank
It
you.
just pulls you in, holds you in place. You'll be safe, miss.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, and yeah, the ood just sits. If you For people who don't know what an ood is, they've kind of got like tentacle mouths. They speak through this like little ball, little white ball. They're known as like a slave race, but in recent years they've become a bit more free and things like that. So they don't tend to be used as slaves anymore. They are quite a prophetic race as well, so they believe in prophecies and stuff. Um, so yeah, Batu just sits with you, and yeah, you. There's no warning when it starts. You
course.
kind of just shoot up, straight up, and your whole body like curls up, but you don't move out of the seat, which is probably like your stomach like moves up. You feel like your insides are moving, but you are not moving. Like your arms aren't even moving, or your legs aren't moving. You can move your head, but you're properly stuck. I want you to do me a resolve. Um, Resolve with athletics.
Okay.
Resolve with athletics.
All right. That is, let's see, 12, 13.
Okay. Yeah. So you go through this whole process and you feel a little bit sick. But that final drop just drops you and it feels like all your organs and that also drop with it. It's such a weird feeling. You get off and you feel like you're about to throw up, but you just hold it together. You look so pale. Even a few people come over and ask if you're okay.
Yep.
And
I'm good.
the Ood who was sat next to you brings you a cup of water. Take
Thank
this.
you.
It may help you.
Thanks. I'm good. Thank you.
You are welcome, miss. Have a good day. And he
You too.
strolls off. So yeah, you probably maybe take a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
How's Lily feeling after that experience?
So initially it's like, oh, I'm gonna puke, I'm gonna puke. Nope, it's gone. And then it's like, wow, that was so cool. That was really awesome. And so kind of have that like delayed adrenaline rush.
I should probably explain the bit where you disappear and
Oh yeah,
reappear.
yeah.
Um, I completely forgot that, but it almost feels like you black out for a second and um, everything disappears. Like it's very surreal feeling, and you just suddenly reappear. It's like you've disappeared, but you can still feel like you're somewhere, and then you just reappear and dropping.
Yeah. Yeah. After I get over the nausea, I think it's kind of like a delayed adrenaline rush. Like it feels really exciting. I'm not eager to get back on that particular ride, but now I'm kind of pivoting and looking for some other fun rides to get on. Maybe not as intense though.
There's plenty of rides out there. So I'll move on to Zaki. So Zaki, which one? You've got all your classic carnival rides. So you got like your hitting things or your mallet, you're throwing your ball, you've got a little gun to shoot things.
I imagine I'm going to try go to uh, a gun target practice, and it's probably I don't know. It's probably having these balloons that are animated through unknown technological means, dodging and pretty much trying their best. But I'm going to use my knowledge, knowing all the time periods, to strike exactly like pick some that got tired because they're probably, and you can tell me if I go too far, I may know that there are some kind of organisms and they are tired and they are probably not dodging that well the time it
Okay.
goes on. I'm trying to find pretty much some kind of cheat codes, but I'm trying to win some very, very innocuous stuff like teddy bears, a lot of
Okay.
candy. Yeah.
You can do me an ingenuity with knowledge then. Also, just as a thing for the audience as well, just tell me if you get a six or a one or two sixes and two ones. These are very important, and when they crop up, I will explain when they crop up for the listeners and viewers at home.
I got a 5 and a 4, and that adds up to 9 plus 8. That's a 17.
Okay. Yeah. You hone in on a few tells, and you realize that a couple of them are like you might see someone reattach a little like bit of string to some of the cans that hold them in place, and you might even notice one of the guys, they stick down the moles, so when they come up they're actually like stuck, so they won't go fully down, so it doesn't count, or it delays how quickly, so it delays the time so that you run out of time. So you manage to think of ways to get past this, or maybe call them out on it. It depends on how you want to, but you figured out what they're doing, so you could easily move past the trick.
Yeah, so I'm going to move past the trick. Have some degree of success. I'm going to make a montage, and I'll have this stupid shit-eating grin on my face. And when I see somebody like Lily or Bronte or anybody that knows me, I'm going to act all bored whenever I'm seeing any of my compatriots. But I'm having a blast. I'm going to donate the toys and something to children or something. I'm just going to give them away. I'm keeping the candy though.
Okay. As you've actually said that you're handing out the toys, you'll notice that there's a few like Carnival security dudes who start to walk towards you at times, but then when they notice that you're giving the your teddies and your wins to the kids, they sort of actually leave you alone and start to back off. So you have that feeling that they definitely were onto you, and but they see that you're doing it for the good, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Do you want to? Or are you gonna just keep trying to win the games and?
No, I probably will get bored, and I'm going to try something a little bit more sophisticated as well. But I don't think I'm going to be very, very well with my stomach. We shall see. But Zach is quite, it's not really resilient to that type of stress.
Okay. We could probably say that you meet up with Lily then if you're kind of going for, you kind of end up bumping into each other. Lily looks a bit pale still.
How were the games?
Absolutely meh. But how are you? You seem that you have a great amount of fun.
I'm doing okay. I'm good. You didn't win anything? I thought you were the champion of games.
Nah, they were rigged. But I got these amounts of candies, and I'm going to show a full bucket.
Can I
If you
try
want
one?
some?
Yeah, thank you.
By all means. Yeah, we got
Like,
some
I don't
bucket.
recommend the Gut Buster unless you're really serious about your rides. It lives up to its name.
Right. I will try to go towards it just to not be seen as weak, but I probably will go to some children-like ride afterwards.
Like the merry-go-round.
All the
Exactly.
teacups. And these teacups are gravity teacups as well, so but they're slower. They're slow. They're not gut buster level. So while you guys are doing your little bit, we'll go to Bronte. Um, so, Bronte, you arrive at this grand hall, and it's just a long. There's like a grand entrance. There's lots of like paintings, and then you're led to this long hallway. It seems like a never-ending hallway, and it keeps going and going, and it's just portraits of leaders and of countries from various planets and from all over the galaxy, all over the universe. There's trillions, well, gazillions just of portraits of all these different cultures.
The doctor would love this. Do they have any animatronics that you can like press and they'll say like in 4,500 I sailed across the Atlantic?
Yeah, you notice that like certain president, and from your knowledge, you would know that these were significant in their time period in this specific planet of blah de blah. Obviously, there is some that you see that you wouldn't have known because some are from like the 61st century uh, and beyond that you wouldn't know at all because it's beyond your time. But yeah, there's a few animatronics will be important. I wouldn't say important because they're all important, but the most important. And you get all the little spiel. It's all very political minded. There's no real depth to it, but you get a lot of enjoyment of seeing all of this. And there's not many people walking down this never-ending corridor. You
It's the
see like
only
a couple every so often.
it's the only air conditioning one in this whole place, so that's why I like it.
Yes, it's a long corridor, beautiful corridor. And occasionally there's like all the medals attached. So if a president or a prime minister or an emperor or whatever had like any medals or certificates, it's also attached to like like near their portrait and stuff, so you can see. And there might even be like little info panels that you can click, and it will be like this person ruled from blah 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 blah, or they died from heart disease, they died from tendril poison, or various other just random bits of facts. And yeah. So are you just going to spend a long time just,
Yeah, I'll look for any historical inaccuracies as well.
oh, I won't point them all out, but you definitely notice a lot of, there's a couple of emperors in there that they say brought peace and prosperity to their land, even though you know for a fact they enslaved half of the planets that they
Well,
ruled over. And there's a lot of lies about like the about Davros, and the Dalek Supreme is on there as well. You've got cyber leaders, you got a Mondasian president on there. And there's a lot of inaccuracies around them because
hmm.
a lot of them caused genocide and killed a lot, and they don't mention anything about that.
Well, it's all just one perspective on the story of time.
Yes, one perspective. But okay, so as you're enjoying the wonders of that corridor, I will come back to you, but just after. But first, I will go to the Doctor and Castor. Um, you have to go quite a trek to get to the
Menagerie.
either menagerie or the freak show kind of thing. Some people refer to it as that, but it is a menagerie of creatures and beings from across the galaxy. You get there and there is it's quite a walk, and you even have to go through like a porter just to transport you across. That's how far away it is. And they,
Transdimensional gateway. Yes.
yeah, it just takes you to like you would be able to say the other side of the planet. So it just, it's how they get around here.
Now, I'm
And
mostly really curious to know if something is seriously wrong here because we did get a red light.
well, as you say that, out the menagerie, you've you've seen the plans for this place before. You know it's a vast like building of
Sure.
various things, and there is a massive like army tape all around it, and there's a few of those armed soldiers outside, and they're like, "Halt! The menagerie is off limits until
Oh,
further
that's
notice."
disappointing. Is there a problem?
There's no problem, citizen. You must turn around and go back.
Oh, I'm not just a citizen.
What does that say?
I don't know. It says what he needs to see.
Oh, Inspector, I did not realize it was you. You've changed your appearance a little bit, but I see the nose and the eye. Yes, sorry, Inspector. I do apologize.
And this
Um,
is my assistant.
oh, I didn't realize you were into that kind of thing, sir.
Yes.
Uh, what brings you here? Sorry, sir. I'm a little bit out of it. I wasn't
Well,
expecting you.
I was simply informed that there was a problem, and I want to know from you or someone else what's going on.
We there's been a bit of a breach. We're not quite sure. Someone we think broke in, and a few of the exhibits got a bit loose. So there's a team in there trying to wrangle them up. As but
Why? Dangerous animals or
oh, it's not just
uh,
animals. There's exotic creatures from all over the place. Not just creatures, beings, and
did all of them get out? Or
not all of them.
just
Just a few of them. A few of them more dangerous. I mean, pleasant ones.
well, I might be able to help.
No,
Again.
Inspector, no, I can't risk you. I would get in so much trouble if you were to get in any serious injury.
Well, as you wish.
I'm going to read this guy's mind.
Okay.
I was just gonna. He's calling BS on this. There's information he has, and
Oh,
Caster's interested.
just by reading his mind, he's like definitely shitting himself. But he keeps mentioning about how him and the team out here haven't heard from the team inside for hours now, and he's very worried, but he doesn't want to let it slip to be the inspector.
As an android, I noticed he had an elevated heart rate. Perhaps you should ask the right questions?
Um, well, I'll let my companion here ask you the questions
Oh,
since he's very intuitive. I'm saying that to this man.
Um, oh, okay.
I noticed that your heart rate has elevated and there are beads of sweat, indicating that you might, indicating that you might be hiding something or withholding information from us. Please, if there is something dangerous here on the planet, we do need to know. It's of utmost importance. If
No,
we
there's
need to
there's
call backup, we can call backup.
there's nothing. So we're going to do a contested roll here for social interaction. So we how this works for those at home is we both roll. For this, it will be presence and convince. We both roll the stats. As I am as I'm defending, I set the boundary. So whatever I roll, you are trying to beat. So
Okay.
let's just see. Well, that's a one and four. So there's a one on mine. You also only have to beat a nine altogether, but I also
I
have a
have a
one. So.
15.
Yeah, he absolutely. So I'll actually just break quickly and say, a one is like a pretty like a fail. So if you get a six, that's a really good thing. If you get a one, that's a bad thing. If you get two sixes, it's like a critical success. If you get two ones, it's like getting a 100 in Call of Cthulhu, just for the viewers at home. And so yeah, he absolutely breaks it. Says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. We've lost contact with the team inside, and I don't know. We don't know what to do. We've been panicking. We did send for a relief team, but they haven't arrived yet. And uh,
Well, tell me the details. When did they go in?
uh about um about 8 hours ago now, sir. Uh, but there was 12 of them. The sweep of the facility with the security bots and all that. It should only take a few hours, so like 4 or 5 hours. They should have reported in by now, and they're meant to report in every hour.
Is their keeper? Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if when their last communique was.
They communicated the first hour and the second hour, and then nothing after that.
Um, if there's a panel or something that shows the layout of the menagerie, I'm going to go over it and take a look and see what we're dealing with, see what size this place is, and figure
Okay.
whether they could have gotten lost or.
There is a panel, and because you've spooked the the soldier here, he will actually access it for you and get it up. And the facility is very self-contained, so you don't see anything getting out, but it does pinpoint a few locations in red where there has been like
A breach?
escapes. Yeah, breach.
Is there a
And you
list
can
of
see.
the things that have gotten out? Do any of them appear extraordinarily dangerous?
No, for some reason it doesn't list anything, and even the soldier, even the soldier questions back because he says it should list what's in the area and what isn't, but it's just not coming up.
Right. We'll be back. Going to assemble a team, and we're going in to find these men and get them out.
Oh, oh okay. Um, yeah, he just looks spooked and he stands to attention and salutes you. And
Pastor, can you use your telepathy to locate our friends and lead us to them?
I don't believe I can do that. They're too far out of range.
Oh, we'll have to walk around and see if we can find them. I think I heard Lily saying that she was heading towards the roller coasters. Let's start in that direction.
okay, so I we'll go to back to Bronte in a second. Just to give me 30 seconds while I go deal with a wolfing hound who has escaped from the facility. Bronte, you're still down your corridor and um you're walking along and all of a sudden this bloke just barges past you, just shoulder barges straight into you, and you you feel it that much you do like jump back and might even fall back into a wall or whatever. Proper shoulder.
How rude. Can I get a look at this bloke?
Yeah, he's very smartly dressed, got like a top hat on, uh uh tails, so you most likely think waistcoat and tails, quite smart shoes and trousers, proper like dressed up
Well,
for something smart.
I'm gonna say, well, excuse me.
I beg your pardon.
Well, you better beg my pardon. You ran right into me.
You have no right to speak to me like this.
Says who?
Well, I am your superior.
Is that so? And who are you?
Yes, at this point, he's proper turned around and he's got like you can see half of his face, but the other he's got like a mask over it. And
Okay.
you do see edgings of like a burn scarring coming around. And he says, I am Count Duloc of the 32nd century Duloc family.
Look around here. There's a lot of counts, and they all died, buddy. So don't think you're better than me.
You should know your place. I would definitely put you to work in my kitchens.
Well, whatever. I guess in a land full of people from different times, you're bound to have culture clash.
Well, don't disturb me anymore. I am in a hurry. Ugh. And he just spins around, the tails follow him, and he just goes off.
Can I see where he was coming from?
The thing is, it's very hard in this corridor because it's sort of a straight corridor, but there are points where people just appear. So there are like doors, but and it only the hallway only lights up when you get closer. It's like eternal darkness until you get closer. There's no actual like light source along here. It's like this bizarre
It's like fog of war.
creation. Yeah. But so you can't pinpoint exactly where he came from, but he did suddenly just appear. So you would assume by that it's within like a, f- a few portraits around you because people can just appear. They enter the hallway at random points. If they don't come through the main entrance, they might use one of the other entrances and they
And
kind of just appear.
have I heard of this guy from my studies?
Well, the Duloc family are like a big family. They own the Duloc Foundation, which help make loads of medicines and weaponry. They do a bit of everything, but they are notorious slave owners, even even in the 32nd century, and they are they're notoriously horrible.
Fascinating. So I'm going to continue down, but I'm going to keep an eye out for any portraits that might be of note to that historical time period or any like places where he might have come from.
Okay, well, the funniest thing is, I won't get you to, you've been walking down this, you know how it works. you actually notice his portrait.
Oh, so he was looking at himself. That's like Googling yourself. What an egomaniac.
Yeah. So you see his portrait, and he's just as smug there with his little half mask on and in his attire with his little pocket watch.
How does it say he died?
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't.
Well, I mean, this place was full of some half truths at best, so I guess they didn't have their best people on it.
Yeah. And looking at it, you can see this can be this portrait seemingly is one of the entrance ways that people can come through. So,
Okay, I'll go
but
through there.
okay, yeah. Um, you do some bits. You do some bits and bobs. Can you do me a coordination and athletics roll, please?
Got it. Uh, okay. So I got two threes, so that would be 9 in total.
9 in total. Okay. So you you come through. Um, so this is like a bare. This is barely a success, but you still succeed. You just get through. But it's on that bracket. But you just come through and you slip a little bit on something slimy, and you notice there's like this like black like goo or ichor or something just on the floor. And you realize you're in some kind of chamber. There's like a little like it's like a prison chamber almost.
Uh-oh. Is the door out still open?
Uh, as you've entered, it is closed behind you, and you can't seem to see the way to activate it again.
Oh, shit. Is this guy like collecting servants from inside the prison? Or from inside the carnival?
You you don't really know, but in this there's a portrait of himself in here. So there's a portrait of this man. There's like a hole in the ground, and there's a bed. There's like a little wash basin, and there is like a cell door, but it's slightly ajar.
Do I have
So
like a phone, a doctor phone to call the doctor up?
from the uh century you're from, you'll most likely have like a holographic device that you can activate, but you go to activate it and there's no signal.
All right. Well,
Um, yeah.
yeah, in that
So
case, I'll first look in the hole.
you look in the hole and straight away you are hit with the smell of yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Then I'll look out the door.
Yeah, you look out the door and there's more like it's a straight corridor and there's a few other like cells of some kind. It looks very medieval
Hmm.
in places.
Well, I was thinking about retiring, but this is not exactly what I had in mind. Uh,
Um,
yeah,
so
go ahead.
as you're there, you kind of start hearing like a screeching noise. You can't tell which direction. But it's like a and then there's like a loud screech as well. And I will come back to you. We'll go to Lily and Zaki. So you two are just enjoying. You've probably been on a few rides, a few less
Yeah, I think so.
exhausting rides.
I imagine we're probably we said we'd only meet after an hour. So I think at this point I'm like looking at food stalls, kind of considering some lunch and keeping an eye out for the doctor and everyone else.
Okay.
Marvelous choice. So much candy doesn't do wonders for the hunger.
It's
Uh,
just pure sugar, you know? It's not gonna fill you up.
Not
yeah,
gonna
I imagine
fill
I'm going to develop a type 3 diabetes. I'm going to take new. But I cannot stop wondering where would the doctor and Castor be, and where would Bronte be for that matter?
Yeah, because it's
Oh,
at this point you guys have been waiting and it's been past the hour. I'd probably say you're getting close to like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours nearly.
I feel like Bronte's definitely in some weird exhibit and she's just lost track of time. The doctor, though, and Castor specifically, it's not like them. Huh.
I'm going to phone the doctor.
Okay. Before you do that, just as you're about to, the ood that you saw, Lily, kind of just comes up to you and says, "Greetings, miss.
Oh yes, from earlier. How are you?
I am fine. I don't suppose you have seen." Uh, and it kind of cuts out his little thing, and he taps in, and there's like a little bit of interference. Sorry, just experiencing some diff. Come on. Sorry about that, miss. I don't know if you're used to how we communicate. I do apologize. It can be a bit jarring for people. Have you seen a another of me? Looks a little bit like me. Red tips to
Hmm.
the
Have I
tendrils.
seen another Ood? Oh no, I'm terribly sorry. I haven't. I'll keep an eye out though.
Mm,
Do you have a
Thank.
name? If I should run into them, I'll tell them you're looking for them.
The Ood says a name, but it's that unpronounceable even to Zaki and even with the TARDIS translator,
Ah,
because you guys have it. It is that incomprehensible that you're not even gonna. So what the TARDIS actually translates it to you is Ood Alpha One.
oh. I will. If I see them, I'll tell them you're looking for them. We're actually. Have you seen any of our friends actually? And I'll describe the three of them.
Uh, yes, and he points as the Doctor and Castor are walking towards you guys.
Well spotted. Thank you.
And goodbye, and he walks off.
Well, I thought Bronte must be with you two. You haven't seen
Uh,
her?
no, haven't seen Bronte. We may have a problem. There is some strange stuff going on in the menagerie. Uh, they told us that animals have gotten loose, but at the same time, they said that 12 of the soldiers have vanished and not come back out of the menagerie.
You know that person over there said that they were missing their partner as well. And I don't suppose you Bronte hasn't come back either. Although I don't believe she was heading in the direction of the menagerie.
No,
No,
they
where
were
was she
heading
headed?
they were heading to the museum.
Of course.
Oh, Hall of Presidents. Yeah. Well,
Yes,
let's head in
yes.
that direction. See what we
Yeah,
can
let's go there.
find. Something's wrong. I think that the TARDIS brought us here because something is amiss that we need to put right again.
Hmm.
And Bronte is the really accomplished historian. She might have, in fact, found something and is delayed by it. So we'll see if we can find her at the Hall of Presidents.
Okay.
The
As
intergalactic Hall of Presidents.
yes, as you say that, a tannoy goes across. He just goes across the park. It gives all the announcements and various other things. You've heard it throughout your entire time here. Just tells you this ride is now open. This ride is closed. We're at capacity. There are refreshments available at blah de blah blah. And then there is one from the park manager. But before I say what we're going to say, my dog's about to woof again. I'm just going to go put him upstairs and hope that he doesn't woof because I know he's gone
All
to the
right.
stairs. He's just being a pain because
He likes
I'm the
Doctor
only
Who.
one in. He just likes to disrupt. Please, could the doctor report to manager's office? The doctor to the manager's office. Please, doctor, manager's office now. Please, doctor, manager's office now.
Shall we go? I'll go to the nearest employee and ask, where is the manager's office? I'm the doctor.
Okay, before you do that, all of you can do me awareness and intuition. And I will just say you are trying to beat a 12.
Oh, so I'm doing what? Awareness and
Awareness and intuition.
okay. So I have 4 in both, and I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So that means that I got 14.
yes. Plus there's a 6 there.
Well, is one of the die faces a 6, or is
Yeah.
it that combined total of
Is
your
it a combined 6 or is it?
No, I've got a 2 and a 4.
Oh, okay, okay. It's only if you get a 6 on one dice that I need to know about a 6.
Okay.
But, yeah. So yeah, so altogether you got 14. That succeeds. What about everyone else?
13?
13?
Nothing extraordinary about the roll, so regular success.
13.
Okay.
Regular success.
Bronte's not there. I don't know why I'm looking at Bronte like I'm expecting. Okay, so the ones who succeeded, because majority of you did, I won't. If only one of you had, I would have private messaged this, but there's no point. So during the message, there was moments where there was like another voice the other side, and it says, "The end is nigh. The end is nigh, Doctor." And you hear that mumbled throughout. And when the Doctor is heard, that kind of correlates when you keep hearing the Doctor being said by the manager. So it's kind of adds to that creepy overlay of a normal voice with this distorted demonic sounding voice.
Did any of you hear that extra voice that was in there?
Yes, it was odd.
The end
Eerie.
is nigh.
It's
Yeah.
odd, it's
I've-
ominous, and I find it funny that it expected not to be noticed.
I've heard that so many times before. We'll see if the end is nigh, but let's go see the manager.
I'm gonna try to go find Bronte. I'm kind of worried about her, but you go to the manager. I'm gonna head to the Hall of Presidents.
I mean,
All right.
I can also join with the manager wants to see the doctor only, or however you wish. Like we can split up.
How do you want to do this?
I'm
Doctor's
headed to the
obviously
Hall of
going to the man.
Presidents. So
Lily's going to Hall of Presidents. Doctor's going. So,
To the manager.
Zaki, who are you going with? The Doctor or Lily or doing something else?
We can switch,
I mean-
Zach.
We do want to find Bronte. You know,
Oh,
Castor
then-
might be
then
able
I-
to pick up on her psychically
Yeah.
if he gets anywhere near her.
That's a very good argument, doctor. Yeah, Castor, go with Lily. I'm going to go with the doctor. Yeah.
Okay. It sounds less adventurous than the manager's office.
yeah, I don't think there's anything hardly of note in the Hall of Presidents. Might be a good
Perhaps,
history lesson.
perhaps I'll find a planet I can live on.
Okay, so I will stick with Lily and Castor. Very briefly, but I will stick with you. Yeah, so you guys make it to the Hall of Presidents, but um, so Castor, you'd be able to explain from your vast internal knowledge to Lily how that it's almost like a never-ending corridor once you enter, so it might seem a bit jarring. But as you guys get to the entrance, a man with a mask covering half his face barges straight past you both, just straight through the middle of you both.
Oh, pardon me.
Pardon us.
I'm in a hurry.
That does not excuse your rudeness.
Well, best not to stop and talk with us then if you're in such a hurry.
Hmm, you're kind. You should be in the kitchen. And he
Let's go,
turns
Castor.
around and walks off.
People like
I do
that
not
aren't
like him.
they're not worth talking to. Come on, let's try to find Bronte.
He reminds me of an old master.
Well, I'm glad that you're rid of that person.
As am I.
The narrator is glad you're rid of that person too. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Um,
just start looking for Bronte and Ernest, maybe calling out her name if we're not seeing her.
okay. So you guys go round. You guys go round. Castor, you do feel like a connection, like you could use your telepathy if you so choose. But before you use that, I will just say, with story points, you can never exceed what you started at. But so for all of you, even you, Bronte, I'm just going to give you each an extra two. Obviously, if you are still at your if you're still at your max, you won't gain any. But um,
I mean, that just puts me at full.
so yeah,
So
so
I'll spend the two to activate my telepathy.
there we
Now I'm
go.
back at 10.
So yeah, Doctor and Zaki also you can gain the two to your story points. Obviously, it shouldn't exceed what your starting was, but um, so yeah, you use your telepathy, and you do get a faint hint to what because you know who you're looking for. You've secretly read Bronte's mind before because you're probably a nosy bastard.
I like information.
Exactly, that's what we like to hear. Um, and you manage to follow the link to a very familiar portrait of the man who just barged past you. Well, I say just barged past you like it's probably like 10, 15 minutes ago by now, maybe even 20.
Huh. I believe this is a younger portrait of the man that we bumped into, or bumped into us.
Explains a lot, honestly. Is he just coming here to check himself out on this backwater planet with Carnival? That's weird.
We're in a weird time dilation. It doesn't exist inside time, so I suppose it's fine.
I
We
guess
just
it must
wanna,
make him feel very important to come stare at a portrait of himself instead of
he must be
ruling the place that he's supposed to be caring for.
he must be someone of note. Here, let me check the placard.
Um, it says it says Count Duloc
Count
from the
Gilla.
from the 32nd century.
Hmm.
I'm picking up a faint signal of Bronte's mind, but it's nearby, but not.
Bronte, was there like a
Miss Bronte,
is there like a is this is just a wall, right? Like I'm not looking at
Yeah.
like seeing any catches, like there might be a door or something.
Uh, Caster, I'm just going because you've got your knowledge. You do know that there should be an activation somewhere because this is must be one of the doorways. So you're trying to,
Oh,
between the two of you,
I th
try to figure it out.
I think this is a doorway. Hold on. He's just gonna like press the edges of the painting all the way around, including the plaque. Huh. What's that?
Before I'm just before whatever happens, I'm going to go to Bronte. Bronte, you're hearing these noises, the screech. What? What are you doing?
Sorry. Uh, I'm gonna go out into the hallway and go towards the screaming. But while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna look in the other cells to see if there's anybody in there.
Okay. I would say there's probably about five other cells. A couple of them have like skeletons of varying sizes. A couple of them look a bit not human, or like a different species or race going by their bone structures from the skeletal remains. Um, However, there is one cell where, as you get closer, a hand just reaches out and says, "Help me!"
Oh dear. Who are you?
I am Orion.
Does this thing look human?
You can't really tell. It's very dark in there, cell, and the hand has lots of like spots and pimples and gashes, and there's like ooze dripping out of like open wounds, and
Can I open
it.
the door?
Um, yeah, for some reason you go to open it and it's unlocked. So
Well, if it's unlocked, that means you can't be dangerous, right? I'll open it up.
you have entered. No one enters. No one exits. What are you doing?
Now, it all starts when I went into the Hall of Presidents, but I'm sure that won't make any sense to you.
Oh, for God's sake! All of a sudden, you just hear that from the. God's sake, woman, we're in an exhibit. You're meant to be in your cell. We paid for this. Why are you breaking it?
Huh?
You came from the cell next door?
Oh, is this like the haunted house or something?
God, for God's sake, quick, come to my corner and I'll put some makeup on you and we can make it look like we're two people in a joint cell.
Listen, I think I came in here on accident, dude. I was in the Hall of Presidents and I just sort of walked through a door and went in here. Ugh.
He's gone wandering again. Eddie, they gave him the persona of his old count and he's decided to go all method.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I saw him a few minutes ago. Very realistic makeup.
That's not makeup.
Okay.
When I said he went method, he went full method.
So he burnt his own face off?
Yes. In the exact same way the Count burnt the face off. Acermanian acid, the strongest acid known to the universe.
He sounds like he's fucking nuts.
Oh no, he's actually a really lovely guy. Of course he's nuts.
Wow. Well, yeah, I think that he might have gotten some sort of Count Mind Virus, and he's now going off to conquer the universe.
Wait, hang on, how are you even in here?
I just walked through the wall.
But I heard some alarms. There should be, I think we should be in lockdown. He shouldn't have been able to get out anyway.
Door was open.
For God's sake, this place is always breaking. It's meant to be impenetrable, they say. I don't get paid enough for this. Can you go back for where you came? Right. We're gonna have to. If I get fired because of this, I swear to God.
Listen, I'll put on some makeup. Why not?
Well, I was actually going to suggest that I risk my job by taking you to the manager's office, but you can put some makeup on and join me, and we just wait for the guests. That's fine. I won't lose my job that way.
Oh, well, I have to get to the manager's office.
Okay.
I'm sure they have some sort of thing where I could say, doctor, come to the manager's office. You've lost your friend.
Sorry. Um, yes. Come with me. I will take you, but we must be cautious. The alarm was going off, so there might be something wrong, but I will take you through the staff way. So
Got
follow
it.
me.
We find Bronte in the lost and found area having an ice cream.
So I will, before I go to the doctor and Zaki, briefly go to Castor and Lily. You you manage to click open the door, but straight away in front of you, there's a void hole in front of you, Castor, which means someone has cut off this dimension door.
Hmm.
You can press on it and it just feels funny. You're not gonna like slip through or anything. It just feels funny. But yeah, someone has closed it off.
It appears this entrance is closed.
But you can feel Bronte the other side.
Doesn't Zaki have that gun of his? Makes walls and doors and things.
Yes, but he's with the doctor.
Well, you're telling me that Bronte is here. We can't get
Yes,
through here.
just on the other side.
We can't get through here. So maybe if we go to Zaki, he can use his gun.
Can Castor reach Bronte with his mind, or just know that they're there? Or is it just a know that they're there? Because it doesn't really explain to me if I.
Let's do a roll for this. Let's
Could I
use
support by thinking really hard?
let's use your awareness and intuition or knowledge. I'll allow intuition or knowledge.
I'm going to use knowledge because I don't have intuition. So that's okay. That's not bad. That's 14 altogether.
Okay, yeah. And I will actually allow Bronte's because Bronte's mind is probably open, because you know about Castor, so I'll allow that +2 to that roll to help you. And yeah, you manage to link, but it's a very light link, and it's probably as Bronte is about to start walking with this dude.
Bronte, we are here in the Hall of Presidents. This is Castor.
Manager's office. I'm going to the manager's office.
Oh, that is where the doctor is. We will meet you there.
Excellent.
Goodbye.
Watch out for Eddie. Bye.
No, he's already gone. Oh wait. He looks back. Lily, it would appear that Bronte has gone to see the doctor at the manager's office.
Well, then let's go to the manager's office, Castor.
To the manager's office.
Meanwhile, heading to the manager's office, the doctor and Zaki. So, Doctor and Zaki.
Yeah, so I wonder why they want us in the manager's office. We'll find out. You notice the red light. Something's obviously gone wrong here. Got a whole bunch of people apparently disappearing. I hope this isn't another thing like the Great Library with the Vosh Narada.
Oh yeah, or that last time when the time nearly broken and everyone ceased to exist.
All the stars started to go out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another day, another crazy doctor.
You know, the first time he invited me, doctor, here, I thought this was going to be a small holiday, but it's always worked with you, isn't it?
Well, I'm always trying to let it not be work, but as the character in the story, Hercule Poirot always said that it seemed like no matter where he went, there was always something happening.
Yeah, so you guys reach a building. I'll let you continue. This building's just like a normal building, but I'll let you continue with what you just about to say.
Well, I was just going to say maybe, I mean, I've always suspected rather strongly that the TARDIS knows when something's wrong in the timeline, and it takes us, we might want to go to the beach, but we end up going where it needs to fix something. But we have a lot of fun along the way. I've only lost
the narrator
maybe 300 or
agrees with you.
400 people.
The narrator agrees. Lots of fun. So you reach the building. It's quite a very. It looks very HR-esque compared to the fun exteriors of all the other buildings. And there's a guard on the front door, not like a military guard, just a regular guard.
I'll just walk up and say, I'm the doctor. Somebody just paged me from the manager's office.
Yes, the manager is expecting you. Please enter. Wait in the waiting room for 2.57 minutes.
I have some companions that may be joining us in a few moments. So
we will direct them to the waiting room. So you wait in the waiting room, and then you will be sent to the correct part, which is the manager's office.
Thank you, my man.
And then he does a really cheesy smile at you. Enjoy your stay.
Oh man, not the smile.
Yeah. It's the real people personalities that they've imposed on some of these people.
Yeah, no wonder they put him to protect the manager's office and not outside in the park. Thank you, good man. And we're going to go in the way,
Oh, let's see what kind of magazines they put in these places.
Yeah, there's lots of magazines. There's even a Doctor Who magazine, and some naughty magazines as well.
Picking the naughty magazines with the speed of light.
Yes. As you're in the waiting room, there's quite a few people in the waiting room, and there's like a reception desk that's behind. There's like behind a counter, so there's like windows and ways you can speak, and there's two women behind there, blonde hair, blue eyes, all in white. They're all just tapping away.
So has that been kind of a theme? You see a lot of these blonde hair, blue-eyed women in white,
yes,
like angels.
Yes, lots of that. And I should have actually said the normal guards are also in white, and they tend to be blonde hair, blue eyes. The normal guard, not the army guards. Like the guard at the door would have had blonde hair, blue eyes, and all in white.
place is run by Aryans.
I don't know why I laughed at that.
So I check my time for exactly 2 minutes and however many
57.
seconds he said.
Yep, 57. And
seconds.
as soon as it ticks to about 7 in that time, it literally you hear you don't even know how so quickly. Doctor, come here right now. To the woman, and there's like a little buzzer above her.
Okay. I'll walk over to her. I'm the doctor.
Welcome.
I was
Please
summoned.
Please go through this door and follow the corridor down. Turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right. Go down the corridor, turn right, go all the way down to the end, turn left, then turn right, go down, turn left, up, left, down, right. And then it's the door just on your right.
Okay. Let me see if I got that correct. You want me to go? No.
You realize, Doctor, that by saying this, you seem to look back on yourself, but you realize there's arrows, there's like colored arrows, so she's
Right.
just directed you across one of the paths.
Is it all right if my friend comes with me?
Let me just see. Checks the system. You don't actually know what she's tapping because she's just like tapping midair. So, yes, you are expected to have a +4. Yes.
Yes. Some of the others are not here yet, but yes.
Yes.
+4.
Please go on. You cannot keep the manager waiting.
All right. Zaki.
When we go
Alright.
through Asher's building complex.
So as I move towards the door, I am going to look back at Blondie and I'm going to do a quick scan to see if there's something unusual about what she is.
Okay. Okay. You do a quick scan. Everything appears normal, almost too normal.
Okay.
So there isn't anything strange. Appears humanoid. You and just everything's healthy, but it just seems the readings are too normal.
Okay. I will compare it to the next one that I find and see if they're identical clones, but until that happens.
Okay. So do you go to the door? But the biggest question is, do you follow the arrows around or do you just go straight to the door?
Well, I probably have memory of exactly what she said, so I'll just follow her instructions on how to get there.
Okay. Funniest thing is you follow all of this and our instructions actually brought you back to the door that's kind of as you go out of the reception, it's on the right. So you've literally just done a massive loop around.
So some sort of time avoidance or something like that. Well, I think this is the one. And I'll go through the door.
Yeah, I will follow.
Ah, doctor, and you must be, let me look at my records, Zachariah Archer.
That's correct.
Um,
And you are?
Former time agent, I see. No, I'm just the director.
No,
Everyone
Thom,
refers to me as the director. That is all, and that is all I wish. You should probably know that all too well, Doctor. You go by yours, so just call me the director, please. Or director. Or sir. I wouldn't mind manager either, but just to keep it less. I don't try to get too attached. I try to keep my work life away from my personal life.
Of course. You called me. What's the problem? Has it got something to do with the people disappearing?
It does, and I appreciate your presence. I know all about you. I've heard many good things. I would appreciate if you don't impersonate inspectors around. I don't like having the military around these parts. So please just be cautious. I don't want to start anything with them. I hate them being here, but we need them. We do have a containment breach. I can't go into the details for public safety reasons, but I will let you go in. I will give you all the access codes, and you are free to go in and explore. I would greatly appreciate it if you find out what is going on, and I trust that you will do that.
I see. As soon as my companions join us, I mean, tell me the details. What's happened so far? How many people have gone missing?
We have had. He kind of does a little cough. 1 million people go missing over
A million people? He says, any suspects or any?
Nope.
You know, I'd appreciate a list of what did you have in your menagerie? Do you think anything in the menagerie could have caused this?
No, Doctor, and I do not wish to disclose because you may not want to partake if you find out what's in there.
Well, if you don't tell me what's in there, then how am I supposed to deal with the situation?
Well, it's not the actual beings that are in there. It's whatever went in there and caused the disruption. So you don't actually need to know. You can just find out when you get there. They won't disturb you at all. They will be safely behind bars and cages.
So, Mr. Director, you can tell me, and I will definitely not tell the good doctor here what we should expect in the menagerie.
No, Mr. Archer. I know you are a former time agent. I know you're used to being a master of many things, of subterfuge and various other. I will not fall for your tricks.
That's a very great eye you have there, and I'm going to pretty much fast talk him into revealing a lot of stuff.
Okay, so we enter a social conflict here. So we want your presence and your presence and convince against his presence and convince. So that's.
So, sorry, Josh, I rolled 2d6s again.
Yes. So you.
Oh my, that's a 6 and a 1.
A 6 and a 1. Oof. They sort of counteract each other, but what is your total?
My total, wait a minute, so we'll add up to
So you add your 6 and your 1 to your presence and your convince.
That's a 17 total. I got 5 convince and 5 presence.
Okay. And at 1 and 6, they counteract each other. You were trying to beat my 18, so you do not succeed.
Yeah, so he resists my charm and probably ignores my compliments to his suit and to his facility.
As I said, Zachariah Archer, I will not fall for your tricks.
Very well. Doctor, it's your call.
So, yes. And also, Mr. Archer, I can call your friends at the time agency. You know, I'm sure they would like to have a chat with you.
Perhaps another time. I'm going to try to keep my cool in the face of the threats.
Okay, That's fine. Okay, if you want to take it to a roll, we could do if you want to take it to a roll, you could do like um, a resolve and like a convince, because you're trying to convince
So
yourself.
roleplay wise and discussion wise, more I try to flip this back, but I don't want to be snarky because that basically means
Okay.
I'm losing the argument. So I'm trying to reverse intimidate by saying something along the lines of, yeah, perhaps my former colleagues would be interested in how you run this place, especially with 1 million people missing and so on. And I'm going to try to flip that on.
They are well aware of how I run this place.
Hmm.
Yes, your tricks do not work. And you, Doctor, I
I'm
just
just
ask a
waiting to.
simple task. I know you
I'm
can't. I know you won't resist mystery.
I'm gonna scan him to see if I pick up any master vibes from him.
No master vibes.
Good, because I thought I'd killed you the last 12 iterations ago.
no master vibes, but actually no vibes at all.
Like a computer program, like a hologram.
Yeah, you can just put it out in case you do like any of you poke him. He's flash.
Yes, but somehow something weird is going on here. Uh, so you're going to give me credentials so that I can say that I can go inside.
Yes, you can go inside. You can go and explore. You can check out the exhibits for yourself if you are that curious. But I will give you a little map to the wrist strap that you were given. It will actually holographically display a map as well, and I will pinpoint where the breaches are, and you can go to them.
All right. Well, then there's no need for me to wait here. I'll just go out and wait for my friends.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. And Mr. Archer, don't worry, I will not call your friends at the time agency because you are actually correct. I cannot be dealing with their presence right now.
Wonderful. I'm going to wait by with the doctor for Lily, Castor, and Bronte.
Okay. Um. So what are you two gonna do now? Are you gonna leave the director's office and
Yeah, and I honestly think that we'll follow the same path back that we got to be here.
okay.
Uh, and because one never knows.
One never
And
knows.
we'll actually leave the building and wait out front
Okay.
for them.
Okay, you wait out front. I'm gonna go to Lily and Castor. Back to Lily and Castor, and then I will come to you, Bronte. But Lily and Castor first. So Lily and Castor, you're walking towards the manager. There's signs and all sorts, so you can find your way towards the HR building. Um, and again, you run into the same Ood. Have you any progress, miss?
No, I was just about to ask if you'd found your friend. I'm sorry.
Hmm. No, I have not, miss. I have, miss. Sorry, it's playing up a lot. It must be the in the Sorry, miss, I keep disturbing you, but you seem trustworthy enough in this place.
You're not disturbing me. I'll keep looking for your friend.
May I see your technology?
Uh, yes, but please do not pull. It is a part of me, please.
Yes. Is there like a technology roll I could do or something to like maybe fix it for him so that it stops cutting in and out?
Yeah, you can do me a I'll either say coordination or ingenuity with technology.
Let's see.
So
What
you
they're
can either
about
do
to say.
coordination and technology or ingenuity and technology.
I'm going to use my ingenuity and tech. So that's okay. So that's 14 altogether.
Yeah, I would say you get good grips. Uh, you fiddle around and you actually make it clearer, but there was no sign of anything wrong, so there shouldn't be any interference.
I
Should
don't see
have a
what was
clean
causing.
communication.
I don't see what was causing the interference, but everything should be working correctly now. Here.
I think they said it was something in the air, Caster. I don't know, maybe some kind of radio signal interference
Hmm.
or something.
Thank you.
We
I
are.
will go and find my friend now. I do apologize for disturbing you yet again.
You're not disturbing us, and we'll also continue looking for your friend. Good luck.
We will
Thank
let
you.
the manager know when we arrive.
And that's when you two get start to arrive, and you see the doctor and Zaki waiting at the door. But before that interaction can happen, we go to Bronte as you freeze in time as you wave. So Bronte, you are following Orion, and he takes you around a corner. You go down like a really pure white corridor, and he says, "We do have to go through one of the exhibits. Normally we can cut around, but the lockdown has caused, so we're going to have to go through one of the exhibits." Yes, just yes. That's all I would say. It might disturb you.
Uh, okay.
Okay, so you go through, and and as you go through, it's very exotic in here. There's lots of plants and trees and all sorts in there. There's even like little birds going around. And then a massive claw just comes out of through one of the bars. And you notice this big green creature. And you notice it is a Slovene.
Which is
It's a. I can never remember which planet they're from. It's the rhyme. It's like a rhyme cast because then Peter K's Absorbaloff is from the sister planet to Slovene's planet. They're quite an intelligent race. They kind of have they're green, big green creatures, and they also steal people's skins and wear them as little suits. So they kill them, take their skins, and wear them over. But you know
fascinating.
they're a Slovene because they exert a lot of gas, so they fart a lot. But this one seems very wild.
There you go, Josh. Pronounce that one.
If I could see it, I can.
Raxacorico Fallipatorian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Raxo Coricofallapatorius. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yes. Just don't mind that. It's a bit wild. They're not normally like this. They're quite I would want to say intelligent species, but yes. Just keep going. There's a few of them in here.
Why the hell would anybody ever land on a planet that is known for having skin-stealing aliens on it?
They're quite an intelligent species. They've invaded Earth many a times. Not very successfully, but you know,
Well, that's good.
it is, isn't it? So yeah, you pass through, and yeah, they do seem a lot wild. They seem very wild, like letting out little snarls and their giant claws. They're very green and slimy. They've got big eyes, and they're just staring at you. And he leads you through another door, And yeah, then he brings you to another door, which leads you into an office, and it's called the manager's office. Oh, he's not in.
Okay, I'll knock on the door.
Um, but I'm sorry, Bronte, but I don't think you told him your name. But the door is open. You can see he's not behind his desk. He's not in. That's odd. He's always in.
Maybe he took a bathroom break.
Hmm. Yes, but he wouldn't have.
Let's
We're
look
in
through his.
lockdown. Hmm.
Let's look through his shit. This is a
What?
once in a lifetime opportunity.
Well, you can do that. I will wait out here. I'm not getting involved. I'm already probably going to get fired for bringing you here. You can deal with that.
They can't be paying you that much.
He just stays quiet and turns his back towards the door.
Sorry, too close to home.
Yes.
Okay, so I will look through the manager's stuff and see if I can find anything interesting.
Um. Okay. So you look through the manager's stuff. There's It's very messy, this room. It is white, but there's lots of stains everywhere, lots of old cups and mugs and all sorts, loads of shit all over the desks, loads of reports that haven't been filed, and just seems like a mess. He does have a little, like, wall cupboard that will just fling open when you press the button on the wall, on the left. Uh, in the desk, there's just loads of reports that talks about bringing in special cargo, putting it in the bay. It gives all the creatures and beasts and beings designated numbers rather than actually say what they are, and lots of redacted things. Very, very boring. Lots
Does it
of
say it doesn't say anything about the 1 million missing people, does it?
Um, there is a report about the missing people, but it doesn't say anything about how many people or where they've gone missing. It just says some park residents have gone missing. Lots of redacted speech. We will investigate further.
Wow. Does he
Yes.
have any like special controls?
Um, you don't really know because there's no computer in here, or from what you gather, but um, you know that sometimes there's computers that are linked to a person's bio data and stuff like that, so you're unsure.
All right, well, that's all very edifying. I will go and try to get out of the building to the front desk.
Okay. Um, I should. I should about to. I should about to leave the manager's office. Do me an awareness and intuition roll, please. And you are trying to just be a 10.
Yeah, I passed, but just with
Uh,
5 and 3, so
okay,
nothing.
cool. So yeah, you from that cupboard that I mentioned in the wall, you hear like a little scratching sound. Like
I
it's
will
like something's rubbing against it.
I will open the cupboard.
You press the button and this body just drops onto you.
Oh my God. It's the manager.
The dude walks in and says, "Oh God, it is the manager."
He's dead.
Um, who- is he?
I don't know. I'm trying to find the doctor. I'm not a doctor myself.
Neither am I.
I'm gonna feel for his pulse.
As you go to feel for his pulse, you actually realize there's lots of black markings along his body.
There's lots of black markings along his body.
Yeah, there's a few on his face, a few down his arms.
Does this remind me of any historical plague that swept the land?
Um, not not particularly. For some reason, your brain just can't pinpoint. Well, it seems familiar,
Hmm, this seems familiar.
but you
Could I
just
use
can't
my
pinpoint.
could I use my story ability to figure it out?
You can, but for this, I will need you to do me a roll as well, which will be ingenuity and knowledge.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, so I got a 6 and a 5. So what is that? 11 plus 8.
Okay.
So 19 in total.
Okay, yeah. And you got about six as well. So the dog is woofing. I'll be back for when I will be back in just 30 seconds, and then I will reveal what you know.
Actually, it's a good time for a bio break.
Bio break detected. Prepare to exterminate.
Okay, so Bronte, from your knowledge, we'll just jump straight back in. From your knowledge, you you can't pinpoint. It's like there's a gap. For some reason, there is a gap, and you do not know why. But you recognize these markings, and using that knowledge, you know they cropped up on a place called, I've got to get the pronunciation correctly. Um, Crop Tor. It's just a planet. It was sucked into a black hole. So any recollection of this has gone, like any record of this language is gone. But yeah, maybe that's why you can't remember anything else, but
Hmm.
you know there's something. And you know there was some significance with that planet and this language. And you just can't quite figure it out.
Well, I could ask the doctor about it. I'm sure he knows.
Doctor knows everything after all.
Exactly. So I will take his body out to the front desk if I can.
Um, you when you start carrying the body, Orion goes, "What are you doing?"
I'm trying to take him to the doesn't isn't there a hospital or something?
Yes, but we're in the menagerie department.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in lockdown. You can't take it anywhere. The
Oh,
medical department's outside of this department.
well, we're gonna have to just break the lockdown now, won't we? Because otherwise, this poor man is going to suffer a grim and brutal death if he hasn't already suffered one already.
It's not that simple. This is the manager of His manager is he's in charge of the menagerie department. There's the director in charge of the entire thing and
Oh, I see
managers
what
of
you're
all the
saying.
departments, yeah. But he would have been the one with the code, this manager, to break down the lockdown, and they're not I believe they're not meant to write it down. for safety issues. I don't really know. I'm just a normal person trying to make a living for my family.
Well, I wonder if we could hook him up to the electrical outlet and try to defibrillate him.
I'm not gonna lie, the guy looks at you exactly like how he's just like, what?
I mean, we're doing a little bit of a brainstorm here, okay? I would appreciate some participation.
I feel like you've never been here before. Electrical outputs?
Correct.
This facility doesn't run on electrical outputs. That's very 22nd century of you.
Well, la-di-da, what does it run on then? Love?
No, it runs on temporal energy.
Oh, okay.
We're in a temporal rift.
Got it. Well, that's an even better idea. Let's hook him up to the temporal energy circuit and reverse him into his younger state.
That's a very intelligent idea. Can you do me an ingenuity and no, sorry, an awareness and intuition. Sorry, awareness and intuition.
Oh, that wasn't too good.
You're trying to beat a 10.
Oh, okay. Yes, I beat a 10. I got 12.
Okay, any ones or sixes?
Oh, wait. Yes, I got a 1.
Okay. Okay, you're in that barely category, but you still succeed. That just means there'll be a little bit of a disadvantage.
He's a
So-
baby now.
No, you realize that the Orion who you've been speaking to has not really been exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. He's been very family oriented, kept out of it. And then he's all giving you proper facts on temporal energy and rifts, and he did not strike you as the guy to know that kind of information. Or if he did, he would have said it in more of a slang term. And in that moment, you noticed that his eyes glowed red briefly.
Wait a minute, Orion. Are you the manager undercover?
No. Do I look like a manager?
No. That's why I said undercover. Well, what are you then? You're some sort of robot?
And then all of a sudden, he just stopped still, like frozen, and then his eyes go pure white, and his mouth starts to open. I'm going to kill you, Bronte Carlo.
I'm gonna
And then he
close
just
the door
snaps
on
back.
him. I'm gonna close the door on him.
Okay, you close the door. Can I just say which side? Are you in the manager's office or are you outside the manager's office?
Yeah, I'm picturing that I'm inside the manager's office.
So you're inside the manager's office. Okay, so you're still in the okay. Just so I know for reference of which side you're on.
And I'm gonna lock the door.
Okay, so you're in the manager's office. You've locked the door.
Is there a PA system that I can make an announcement?
There's like an intercom system, yeah.
All right, I will press the intercom and say, "There's some sort of galactic demon outside the manager's office, the menagerie."
As you say that, back through the intercom,
1 second.
we'll give it 2 seconds, and then oh, sick. Look.
All right. I'm good.
Okay. So then back through the intercom at you. You're going to die. I am knocking at your door. The doctor will not save you.
Divide by 0. You'd be surprised how often that works.
Your tricks do not work on me. I am the one who looms. I am coming for you all. I have been waiting in the dark, waiting in the deep depths. And I will return for my revenge. And then you just get loads of static. And on that, I swap to the others.
Well, I have been looking to see there is some sort of disturbance in the time continuum. I'd say that time and space seem to be distorted by approximately 0.000003 microns.
Where is Bronte? You didn't find her?
I'm not sure that
People.
a caster said that he could hear her telepathically. So
She was supposed to be going to the manager's office. There's a missing. Are there missing people? There's at least one missing Ood.
there's supposed to be 1 million missing people. I'm wondering if there's a problem with their temporal engines or something.
But you
Bronte
said
might be right here, but in a different phase.
you said that a whole bunch of people had gone missing in the menagerie, right?
That's what they said, 12 people, but the manager told me 1 million people have gone missing.
I'm
He wants
worried
just
about
to
Bronte.
just to clarify, it's 1 million people over, like, obviously a long period of time. Well, not a long period, but
A period of time,
over a period of time.
not just all at once. Yeah.
Yeah.
20 years, 20 minutes. What's the difference in this place? So,
No,
but something
there's no
is
difference.
wrong. I think
Something's wrong, Doctor. These
Bronte-
people knew you. Do you recognize any of them? They recognized you by your handprint, and then they were calling you to their office with that weird message.
Well, I may have been here before, or am going to be here. It's one of those timey-wimey things. You never. I may have been here. Have I been? Am I aware of coming here before?
The problem is sometimes you can't remember what your past versions do all the time. And you won't know if a future version of you has come here.
Yeah, I don't
So
seem
you're
to have any
unsure.
recollection. But I mean, they seem to know me. I mean, it's not like that hasn't happened in every other episode.
But that weird message.
Yeah, something's seriously going wrong here. You know, over the course of millennia, I have made a lot of friends and a lot of enemies. This sounds like one of my enemies, though I don't know which one. That voice over the intercom, your call over the PA system.
What else did the
and
manager say? Yeah.
Well, he was very vague, which was irritating.
And rude, I might add.
I mean, I can't help but think that something has lured us here and is trying to do something to us.
Sounds like a great time to return to the TARDIS.
We can't leave
We
Bronte
can't leave
behind.
Bronte.
And I
Well,
told
we
that
could, but
I told that gentleman I was going to help him, and I meant it.
Doing let's call it, I guess, some story points, but I'm trying to ascertain if there is anything abnormal about the space-time continuum around us, and
Well,
if
Doctor, is it all around the menagerie? You said you went to the menagerie, it was closed, that people had gone in and not come out.
yeah, well, that's what the soldier said. He said 12 people. However, I think this might be more widespread. I think it's everywhere in the entire carnival that something's going wrong. After all, Bronte's not usually the kind that wanders around doing fun stuff.
True.
She usually goes for the boring historical architecture and facts. So I would have expected her to have spent a pleasant afternoon in the Hall of Presidents. And
Doctor,
you said,
sorry to interrupt, but I do remember that there was some sort of gateway or doorway into
There was.
another
Doorway.
room. Yes, but it was blocked.
That we wanted to come to Zaki to use his gun.
well, yeah, well, why don't we go back there and see what we can find?
If there's other doorways that lead for maintenance purposes between all of the buildings, perhaps there's other doorways we could have access to.
Yeah, and it's funny.
For
The
sure.
director asked us for our help, but he's keeping a lot of stuff from us. Like, I've seen some shady people in my activity, but I would rate him like Carnival director level shady out of 10.
Yeah. Let's go back to that doorway and see if we can get through it. Of course, there are interdimensional portals. We passed from one side of the planet to the other instantaneously.
Mm.
And that in and of itself can cause all kinds of problems with time and space. But as far as I know, the carnival's operated for years. Maybe there's a cumulative effect.
Now, a question, Josh.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go deal with the dog again.
No, not a problem. I was just asking right now. Would it be reasonable to have the gear on me, or I should go past security or something with it? So do I have my spatial gun on my person?
Yeah, you'll have it on you.
Okay, then let's go.
And I do think we should all stick together at this point.
I agree.
To come back to a point you made, Tom, if you wanted to do that thing, testing if the spatial stuff is out of whack and all that, it'll cost 5 story points, but you would also have to do an ingenuity and knowledge roll.
Ingenuity and knowledge.
And there would be a 13 difficulty.
A 13 difficulty?
Yeah, so it just means you'd have to beat 13.
Well, I mean, my ingenuity and my knowledge add up to 14.
There you go. But you still have to do the 2d6s for me.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, so it costs 5 story points to do it.
Yeah.
As well.
I got a 6 and a 5. So
Okay,
add
so
11
it's
to that, and I got a 6.
You may need to have to roll just in case you get ones. Yeah, so yeah, you succeed. quite massively.
Yeah,
You
there's
realize
some serious distortions.
there is some serious distortion, so much so that you don't actually think the menagerie, the location of a menagerie is the other side of a planet. You actually think the location of a menagerie is on a different time, similar to what you've been saying, a different time wavelength
Different
throughout.
phase. Yeah.
So what you can hypothesize from that is that a lot of the planet is actually barren, and a lot of the attractions are just on temporal loops. That's why there's always transporters.
They're stacked on top of each other in the same place.
Yeah.
Okay. So, does anybody have a cell phone? Because I can,
I always have a cell phone.
well, let me have take your cell phone. I will tune it in and see if you can call Bronte. Hopefully Bronte has a cell phone.
Yeah, it will go through. It will go through.
I will just
Bronte
pick
is.
up. I'll pick up the intercom again.
Yeah, you'll actually go through that's actually a funny thing. It might actually go through the intercom because it might link to where you are on your
Damn it! If you
person.
want to, if you want to tell me about how you're gonna kill me again, I'm over that.
Bronte, is that you?
Oh, why, hello there.
Where are you? You said you were going to the manager's office. You weren't there.
I'm in the manager's office.
We're right
What?
next to the manager's office.
The doctor went to the manager's office. You weren't there.
Oh no, you guys are in the director's office.
Okay. Well, where
I'm
are
in the
you?
manager's office.
Where is that?
I have absolutely no idea. I think some sort of intergalactic time demon led me here.
Well, we think that we are in the same place. We're just in different phases. How did you
Well,
get there?
so it's a funny story. I was walking through the Hall of Presidents, and this rather rude gentleman named Eddie pushed by me,
Oh, we ran into him
dressed.
too.
Yes, yeah. Apparently,
Eddie.
he's not actually the Count of Monte Cristo. He is, in fact, just an actor who has gone mad. And then his coworker, the aforementioned time demon, led me to the manager's office, but then he turned into a time demon, so I locked him outside. Oh, and the manager's dead, unfortunately.
Okay.
If they say anything about Duloc, does that sound familiar at all to me? Doctor, I'm
Okay.
Doctor narrator.
Um, do me an ingenuity and knowledge roll.
Could I help him
Yes.
by describing all the
Yeah,
stuff I know?
you'd get a +2 to that as well. It's probably like an 18.
Uh, so I got
Difficulty.
16. I'm sorry, 16, 17, 19, but I also got a 1.
Okay. So you succeed, but there's a disadvantage to this.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, you recognize the family lineage.
Duloc.
You you've realized that it's Duloc is a name taken from an old race to try and from remnants of this specific race. Duloc could also be interpreted as Dalek, which would also be Khaled, which is the race. They are the Khaleds. And they do have
Surely not. We need to get to that doorway. Bronte, can you find your way back to the doorway that you came through, back to the Hall of Presidents?
Well, that's the thing is that last time I checked, there was a monster outside the door.
Oh, a monster.
I could try to go through the vents.
Tell you what, you stay where you are and we'll go back through the doorway and come and meet you there.
Gotcha.
We'll
Just
try
go
to.
right through the portrait of the guy. There's a door. It should open into a
There's
stinky
not a
cell.
door there anymore.
Oh, well.
We can make our own door. I hope. All right. Keep you've got phone access now, so if anything happens, call us.
Got it.
Cool.
Okay. So actually, Castor, can you do me a ingenuity and intelligence roll, please? And I'm doing a roll as well, which will be what you need to get above, which is 18. Okay, what? 18 apparently.
I got a question, but I don't know how to ask.
Castor?
Oh, I'm sorry. I spaced out. Can you repeat again?
So I need you to do me ingenuity and intelligence roll, and you're trying to be 18.
Ingenuity and
Oh, intuition, sorry. I
intuition. I
wrote,
thought you said
I have on my notes, I have it as int, and I obviously immediately go to intelligence in my brain. My brain immediately goes.
11. That's with a 6 and a 2.
Okay, so there is an advantage to this. So all of a sudden, Caster, you stop. The other three will notice that you just stop in your tracks. Your arm goes up, but you manage to bring it back down. Like you've got some control, but there's something in your systems, and you're not quite sure what it is. There's something, and then out of your mouth to the other three is, "I'm coming for you, Doctor." But you manage to stop it and are like, "Leave me alone," or
sorry.
whatever you want to say.
I'll
They
immediately
put
go
that
up to
chip in
Castor
him.
and
Put that chip
read.
in him.
Yeah, that's true. They did, didn't they? Let's check that chip out. See if I can
Please be
remove it.
careful. It is part of my brain.
No, they didn't put a chip in him. They telepathically added something, didn't they?
There was some kind of chip they put in him so it could scan his eye.
Yeah, they sent a
Uh,
thing to his chip.
Oh,
yeah, they
oh,
sent
okay.
a signal to my chip.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at you once again.
You don't notice anything wrong with his systems.
It was like someone was taking control.
Well, let's get to that door. One thing at a time, I suppose.
Yes. To the door.
It's almost like somebody just tapped into Castor as a medium of communication. Hmm.
I don't like this. Whatever they did with his chip when we got here, I think has something to do with it.
So you guys continue towards the hallway. You're actually stopped again by a very familiar Ood Lily. Have you
Good luck.
located my friend?
An Ood.
No, he's been missing his friend. Red tips on the tentacles.
No. Oh, it's still playing. It's
Something
The
keeps
lead-
messing with his communicator.
I think there's a temporal distortion is causing communication problems.
The Ood
I'll
just stares
check it
at
out.
you, Doctor.
Would you like to come with us? We're looking for our friend too. Maybe we'll find them together.
I'm sorry, but the Legion shall be many.
What?
Uh, I would happily come with you.
All these electronic devices are.
Yeah, something is interfering with them. Uh, I'll try to see if I can figure out what it is with my camera tripod. I mean my
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, face you're gonna get the same readings as Castor did when he checked, basically, and there's nothing out of place.
hmm.
Are you okay, sir?
I'm quite fine.
Perhaps the TARDIS could tell us?
Why don't you join us? I say to the Ood.
I will
We'll
join
try
you.
to find your friend. We'll try to find your friend.
I will join you, and the Legion will be free.
What legion? What are you talking about?
Sorry, miss, what was that?
You said something about a legion?
No, I said I was going to come with you.
Okay. Well, we're heading to the Hall of Presidents.
Yes, I will come with you. And you'll head towards the corridor. Just to save time, you actually are now outside of Count Duloc's portrait. You did not run into Count Duloc this time.
I am trying at every opportunity to see if I can pick up a signal coming from somewhere.
The portrait opens here. Click.
Does it?
So, yeah, it does. It opens. It clicks and opens. But what kind of signal are you looking for particularly, Doctor?
Some kind of transmission. Something is obviously transmitting to both Castor and the Ood's device.
You see, you just can't tell, and something seems vaguely familiar. But whatever you're scanning, it nothing's showing. But it seems familiar, like this has happened before.
Hmm. So when he opens the door, are we able to go through to I guess it was like a prison?
Well, there's no void anymore. That void isn't there, but um, and so you can just go through. You can't see what's on the other side there. But there's no void, so there's nothing stopping you from going through.
Right. So I'll go through first.
Yeah, you,
Care.
okay. So Doctor first, then Zaki,
Castor's
go.
right behind.
Castor, and then Lillian and Ood is there as well. Yeah, you now find yourself right outside the menagerie where you were when you saw, and that same guard is there, the one that you scared a little bit. You're back,
Right.
and you've got a crew.
Hello. Have you seen an Ood like this one here, but with red on the tentacles?
No?
I'm sorry, friend.
It is okay. The Legion will be here soon. No, I'm sorry. Someone keeps.
Legion.
Yeah. 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 Dude's just a bit speechless. I think he's getting a bit irritated at this point.
It's starting a little So, is there some way that I can use my knowledge and intuition to figure out what's probably going on here? Some sort of time space loop? Maybe we're all trapped in it because we came back to the same spot that we left from.
Do me, okay. Do me ingenuity with your intuition or knowledge. Ingenuity with intuition or knowledge. But this is definitely a high difficulty, so it's gonna be in the because the difficulty ratings for this can go all the way up to in the 50s, which can
May I,
Oh.
hello, doctor.
but this will be a 32 rated difficulty, which in most circumstances the only way to succeed is by getting 2 6s.
May I assist the
Okay.
doctor?
Yeah, I want to assist as well.
Yeah, if you want.
I mean, if the subject that the doctor is investigating is time anomalies, I've worked with the concept of time quite closely, I imagine. So I think I can come up with, oh yeah, this happened back in 32nd or 31st century when this stuff happened and I had to impersonate this king or something.
So, what do I have to get to pass?
You would need to do well, unless you could, because the doctor does have high stats. You'd need double 6s.
Yeah, even then I've only got 26 points.
So if you roll double 6s, it's a critical success no matter what, no matter
Yeah.
how high the difficulty. If you get double 6s, it's a success, no matter what.
I got 18, but I got a 1.
Uh,
I'm sorry, 19, but I got a 1.
Okay. Okay, that 1 is significant. This is why we roll even when there's higher difficulties, because the thing is there are some things that have to be higher difficulties because their knowledge that's far beyond. It's just for the audience, it's to then ground so that you're not overstepping into the
Right.
because obviously the doctor knows a lot of things and it's to keep the flow of things. So with that 1, it's created that block in your head. Like there is the answer. It is there, but it is not coming to you. You think maybe if someone said something, it might trigger. It might just be a clue or something.
There's something we're missing. Something that's just not quite clicking, but some phenomena is taking place here that we're just not quite grasping. We need to find Bronte.
But you are outside the menagerie. The guard is willing to let you through because obviously you've got your passes.
We need to find Bronte. Well, maybe the thing that's causing the problem is in the menagerie. So if we can stop it there, then everything should correct itself. Or everything will blow up and we'll all die. But let's go in.
Okay. So the Ood says he will wait outside. I do not feel comfortable going in, so I will wait outside.
That is a wise idea. Shall I wait with the Ood?
You can wait with the if you want.
But you're the only one that can. You have that telepathic thing, Caster.
Yes. I suppose. I'm sorry, friend. I must depart. Please be safe.
It's okay. The Legion will keep us company. I mean, the guard will keep me company.
What is
Right.
the religion that he's talking?
I'm wondering if we are trying to interrogate. I know it's not the Ood, it's this interference. If we are interrogating something like what's the Legion, does the interference occur again? Like Oh yeah, it's my endless army that is going to destroy you.
Okay, so you want to try and talk
I
to
want to try
the.
to communicate with this thing, essentially.
Okay, so I need a presence and a convince roll from you.
And I'm going to tell the Oot, like, entertain me for a second. Try to speak as I'm trying to ask this. We are basically having a ghost show by now with electronic voice phenomena.
Okay, so
Okay, so what should
so presence and convince. We can call this a 16 difficulty.
16 difficulty? Okay.
Uh, if people can figure out a way that they want to assist you, they could add +2s. But...
I'd like to,
So,
but nothing's really coming to mind, so I'll let him go.
oh
I
never mind. I rolled
no.
two ones. Yeah, two ones. I rolled a 2. I rolled a dreadful critical fail.
Okay.
And Zach explodes.
No, Zaki does not explode. However, the Ood suddenly, the eyes glow red, and it goes, "The Legion is coming for you," and its thing touches the guard's head and electrocutes him, and the guard just shrivels down and starts writhing on the floor and is dead within seconds. "The Legion is coming. The Legion is coming," and it starts
Run!
walking towards you, Zach.
Yeah, running,
Yeah.
run.
It's just
Okay.
like that time.
I'm going to run as well.
Okay. Is everyone, all 4 of you running?
Yes,
And where are you running? Are you running into the menagerie or?
I think
I
we're
am.
running into the menagerie. Yeah.
Okay, I need coordination and athletics from all of you. However, there's different difficulties. Lily and the Doctor, your difficulty is a 10.
okay.
Caster, yours is a 12. Zaki, yours is a 14.
I got a 12, but I also rolled a 1.
I got a 10,
Okay.
but I rolled a 1 and a 6. So they
That counteracts. The
Okay.
6
I
and the 1
rolled
counteracts.
no 1 for 6s. I rolled a 9. And what attributes you said? Sorry.
Coordination, athletics.
Yeah, coordination and athletics.
But we can
I-
spend story points to go up a level, right? Until
You
we
can.
get to barely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 16.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry, what
I
did you say
rolled-
my target number was, Josh?
10.
Okay, I got 10. Sorry, go ahead. Caster.
So I rolled a 5 and a 4 with my 3. That's a 12 on the dot.
Yeah, yeah, you all get through. And yeah, for you it's quite slow, so you guys very quickly get into the menagerie. So
I'm
you're
going
in the
to scream
menagerie.
sorry. Sorry, as we are running because I feel responsible. Sorry, friend, we are coming back for you later.
I'm going to call Bronte again, actually.
Before you call Bronte, I will go back to Bronte because Bronte might have decided to do something in this time that's happened. So Bronte, you've not long got off the call with Lily. What are you doing?
Is there a window on the door?
No, there's no window on the door.
This might be a bad idea. I'm going to unlock the door and just peek out.
Okay. Unlock the door, peek out. Okay, I need you to do me a coordination and subterfuge roll,
Ah, it was a bad idea.
and it will be a 15 difficulty.
Okay. So I got 6 total on my dice. Coordination makes that 9. And then what, subterfuge?
Yeah.
No, that's 11 total.
Okay. So you go to do it, and instantly a hand grabs your neck and starts to push you into the room, trying to get you up against one of the walls. You're muted.
Is there like a stapler or something?
Um, for purposes, let's just say if you spend a story point, there might be a stapler that you can you can grab on your way.
Perfect. I will grab a stapler
Okay.
and I will staple this beast.
And it counts. This will count as a reaction. So can you do me a coordination and conflict?
All right.
And you are only trying to go up against a 10, so
Okay, so I got 7 total. Yeah, I got it. I got more than 10.
okay. Yeah, you
Oh no, I got
you
exactly 10.
ooh, okay, that's fine. Dead on is perfect. So what are you doing? Just describe what you're doing.
I'm gonna staple this thing in the hand in an attempt to break free of its grasp.
Yeah, you break free, it gives you that opportunity to do what you need to do. It's
Now I will attempt to run out of the manager's office.
okay. I will just point out because you were up close and personal, you would have noticed there was a few like black markings, very similar to what was on the manager along the face. But yeah, you managed to run out of the manager's office. So now, what are you doing now? You're out of the manager's office.
Um,
You know what? For poorly timed reasons, you're probably going to get the phone call from your actual device because you will have a device of some kind right now at this moment in time when you're just trying to run away.
I'll pick up while I'm running. Hello?
Listen, how did you get to where you are from the menage, from wherever you entered in the portrait? We're trying to find you.
I stapled him.
What?
Never mind. I'm on the run right now. Where are you guys?
We're by the portrait where you went in.
Oh, God. I don't know how to get back there. Do you know how these gateways work?
No? Gateways?
Yeah, like the interdimensional thing. So I could maybe, if I could program one of those to get back to
Oh.
the portrait.
Here, talk to doctor. I don't know. I'm just like shoving the phone at the doctor.
Yeah, if we could actually find one of the portals directly, we might be able to attune them so that we can reach you.
Yeah, I'm looking for one right now. By the way, doctor, have you heard about any sort of black mark disease that takes over people's minds and turns them into cyber demons?
Oh, it depends on which variety of. Yeah, I don't know. Have I?
Well, that seems to be what we're dealing with.
Bronte, what is your knowledge modifier? What is your knowledge modifier?
4.
Okay, so I'm just going to remind you something because you, uh, just to give you a bit of a there was a mention of a planet called Croptor.
Croptor.
You will say, as you say about the Doctor, do me ingenuity knowledge roll. So ingenuity and knowledge, and because of this and all your past, do me a 10. You've got, I mean, your target is a 10, so that's pretty doable. I'm pretty sure your ingenuity alone
I
is
got a
valuable.
I got a 20 with just regular numbers.
There you go. So instantly, your mind goes back to many many regenerations ago, all the way to Doctor Number 10. And you've been to Crop Tour before. You were there with Rose when you bumped into a colony, a group of people on this base. They were mining, and one of them became possessed with black markings all around. It was just for reference for you guys in the audience, it was a two-parter episode, a very popular one from this era. And you instantly realize what the Ood was saying, the Legion, the memories are coming back. He's talking about the beast in the pit, the demon, the devil, one that
I
you
am Legion,
thought
for we are many.
perished,
Yeah.
one that you thought had perished into a black hole. But if it is meant to be true, and he is really an embodiment of the devil, never truly gone.
Was this the one that we dropped into the black hole?
Oh, I mean, I vaguely remember. It was many, many cycles ago. Speaking of black holes, now that I think about it, there was a black hole where I popped out. I mean, it was full of poop, but
A horrible black hole to be popping out of.
I will just point out, Bronte would not have been on that adventure with you because
No.
this was way before Bronte's time.
This
All right.
is the one with the giant devil in the pit,
Yeah, the giant devil in the pit, the Satan's pit, yeah.
and I
The
broke
impossible,
the
yeah, the impossible planet and the Satan's pit. Yeah.
So, could I just like call Jesus or something?
well, it was kind of like that. So the thing that people sometimes possibly called the devil was this split being, but his mind transferred itself into a person. That person was thrown out of a ship into a black hole. I didn't think that they would survive or they'd be able to get out or do anything. Okay, now I have absolutely no idea how to deal with this.
What if we trapped him or in one of these parallel planes of existence?
What if that's how he's
Yeah.
here?
What if we trapped him in the Hall of Presidents? Then he could learn something while he was stuck there for eternity.
Is there a material or something that it doesn't like? The wood of the
Black
cross, I
holes?
don't know. The wood of the cross of Holy Jesus or something. We can probably construct, and I point to my gun, something, a prison
Well,
around it.
it's
Just
it's
will,
he's kind of like cross I mean he's not necessarily a Christian devil. He's basically where all of the religions came up with ideas for the devil. He's something else entirely, but he was trapped. He was trapped for millions of years in that one place, and I foolishly let him go. But he fell into a black hole.
Could he be here now
So,
because of the black hole?
Um, just before you answer that question, just out of also for a bit of context, the beast was born before time itself. Just for
right.
context, and for people who don't know, the beast was
You
born.
know, one of those things that was born before time itself. Uh,
Fascinating. Do you think it's possible that he could have gotten timed up in the circuits and gotten out an outlet or something?
well, I guess that's possible. timey-wimey, you know. Uh,
Probably the Carnival tried to put it in an exhibition and it got away.
the
Oh,
carnival tries to be in all times and places.
including
So
before time.
that would also include where that thing was. That thing may have not fallen into the black hole. It might have fallen right into the carnival.
or it could have gone to the carnival before it fell into the black hole and now be here now.
I think we're all going to have to sing to it to put it to sleep. I don't know. That always works.
Is this a kumbaya moment?
Fortunately,
Kumbaya.
Castor knows how to play the guitar.
He's an android.
Yes.
He'll know.
Well, can we formulate a plan to thwart this monster?
For purposes of the game, I'm just going to say somehow Bronte has been running around for so long that managed to actually avoid loads of things and get to you guys at the front of the facility because you guys are in the reception area of the menagerie.
Yeah, weren't we running in?
Yeah, we were
Yeah, you
kind
were
of
running in,
Yeah.
and the doors would have locked, but you started calling, so the doors locked behind you, which and
So Bronte was in the menagerie all the while.
yes.
Yes.
There you are.
Maybe you guys are walking a bit further and then Bronte comes running out of breath around the corner.
There
By
you are, Bronte.
George.
You see, things always work out really well.
Do
We
they?
have a devil to deal with.
Bronte, did you learn?
Devils, demons, monsters. They're everywhere. Let's see if we can. Now let's stick together. Let's see if we can figure out precisely what we need to do. Maybe you were right. Maybe they did try to get the devil as an exhibit. Let's see what
There are all
cages
these
are.
million missing people, and can we use the fact that it takes over technology as to our advantage somehow? I don't know.
I think it's just trying to communicate with us using
Right.
technology. The OOD's
Communication device.
communication device is simply doing that.
Sorry, I had to.
I have
What?
also the following suggestion. We are now the full team. We are powerful. We got the knowledge. Let's intimidate the director. I want to see him again, and we need to ask him how they contain this stuff. We know they contained Satan incarnate in this carnival. How did they do it actually?
How do we get back to the
Yeah.
director?
May I cut this labyrinth with my weapon using some story points so we have a very, very straightforward path to the director?
Yeah. The thing is, you've come through a portal to get. Well, I said a portal to get here. So you'd be able to get out of the facility, but getting to the director, you'd have to go back to the original plane, so back through another dimension door.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it's shut behind us, right? We can't just come
It's
back
shut
over.
behind you. Plus, you've got the Ood behind you as well. And then you've also got a crazy man somewhere behind Bronte. Just for purposes to help. What kept the beast trapped last time is chains, and there was also two jars.
Yeah,
Two
which I
jars
broke.
which you broke. Yes. Which kept the beast more contained.
Can we find if they actually were attempting to do that? Can we see if we can find the pen where it was supposed to be
Yeah.
kept.
Yeah. So you've got the map, which signifies where where the breaches were and stuff like that. So you can.
Right.
The map doesn't tell you
Yeah.
what's where, but you can follow the map.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we'll say you go to the closest breached area. On your way, you see a lot of guards, people, and even creatures that are dead. And they've got all these black markings around them. And you keep going and you reach the breach mark. But this breach mark's different. You come up to a glass. It's hardened glass, and the other side there is a Dalek with
Dalek.
black markings around it.
Is it mobile? Is it moving? Is it?
I can't do the Dalek voice, but Doctors, you are an enemy of the Daleks. You are an enemy of the beast.
Is it behind a barrier?
Yeah,
So
and
they
it
can't-
shoots its little laser and it just pings off the glass.
That's a dangerous thing to have even in a menagerie.
Seems kind of
We'll deal with that
cool.
later. No, that one thing right there would destroy every living thing in the universe if it could.
Yes, that might be
Interesting.
Lily's
Is that-
first time seeing a Dalek. It might not. It probably won't be Zaki's or Bronte's, but definitely Lily's.
See, I know what the Dalek looks like.
Yeah,
Is a
Big
Dalek
salt
the
shaker.
first time I've seen it?
I would say so, Caster.
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
attempt to
big
wipe
salt
out
shaker.
everything that isn't Dalek.
With a plunger for an arm?
Oh,
Impressive.
that's not a plunger. That can suck the brains right out of you.
Can
I
indeed.
would like to return to the TARDIS, please.
In a moment,
Oh, Caster, don't be such a
Android.
yellow belly.
Wet blanket.
Don't understand differences.
Okay, so let me understand. Does the Dalek have anything to do with what we're looking for, or is it simply another?
You think, without using any story points or anything, you think from a scan that it might have been deactivated, and because it's reactivated, it's signaled as a breach. So you think whatever's happened here reactivated the Dalek and
Okay,
caused it to red light, basically.
we'll deal with the Dalek later. We've got to find the place where that thing was.
Yeah, so for brevity of time, you go to all the other breaches and you see other dangerous creatures. You see like 4 or 5 Cybermen kept behind, all with these marks. Everything you see, all the dead. You even see a deceased Ood with red in here in one of the cells, but with markings all over.
I believe
And
we found the Ood.
Like give the others an education as to, oh, these are the Cybermen. Yeah, if they get out, they won't kill everyone. They will simply convert you into Cybermen and take over the universe that way.
I'm already a Cyberman.
No, you're not a Cyberman. You're an independent life form. They're all the same.
Oh.
you see some Zygons as well, a couple of them. You see a couple of ice warriors, which are from Mars. You see a lot of the creatures and beings you have fought, and they're being kept in a menagerie on a planet where children come and visit.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if they were holograms of them, but not the actual things. All right, we got to find the way to stop this.
Are these beings being kept here against their will?
They're all trapped.
Well,
This
this
is
is
a
more
jail.
like a jail, and
This is
deservedly
awful.
so. These are some of the most dangerous things that there are in the universe.
I don't think that Ood deserved to be here, though,
No,
Doctor. I think some people don't belong here.
the Ood became infected by the thing that we're trying to stop. If we can stop it, then the Ood will all be freed. Actually, all of the creatures that are being affected by it will be freed.
Yeah. And you eventually enter a central chamber. And in the chamber, there is a giant hole in the middle of the chamber.
Are there two jars?
No, but it's a deep, dark hole going all the way down.
Can I materialize the jars?
It doesn't work like that.
Ah,
Because
Okay.
you don't know what the jars look like because you've never seen them.
So, is there a barrier between us and the pit, or can we walk up to the pit?
No, you can walk up to the pit.
I look down.
Be careful.
Anything?
It's a deep, dark pit. You don't know how far it goes down.
I'll reach my mind out.
Cassie, you reach your mind out. Oh,
Dear God.
can you do me a ingenuity and hang on, I've got the thing. Yeah, ingenuity and intuition, please.
I don't have intuition.
And you are going against a 22.
Oh, well, I wish I had had that a little bit ago.
I have to roll for when it's a thingy majiggery.
Should I re-roll since I just heard the?
No,
Okay,
because
well,
the difficulty comes when I've rolled for these ones. Because this is classed as a counter.
so this is 9 with a 1.
Because
I rolled a 5 and a 1
You can
plus 3.
still buy up to barely, right? With
yeah,
story
you could
points?
buy up to barely.
I have 10 of those points.
Yeah, you could buy up to barely, which would cost 2, I believe, from where you are.
2.
3, I
So-
think.
Is it? Oh yeah, you
Out of
got
a
one. Yeah, 3.
Got the
Yeah, you
one,
have a
yeah.
1. So yeah, 3.
Yeah. Oh, 3 straight points? All right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
3
that
straight points.
that helps. Yeah, no, because the 2 times I've asked you to do this role has been going against the possession thing, which is a battle between me and you, basically. So that's why I don't declare because I have to
Satan.
roll for the difficulty. And you do briefly get possessed and you start walking towards and nearly go down the hole, but you stop yourself and just say, "It is Legion and it is down there," in like a demonic voice.
It is Legion. It is down there.
Hester.
Ah, the entity seems to have a strong grip.
Here, have a
Caster,
chili
could-
baby.
Ah. He backs up just a little. He backs up a ways.
Could you potentially read Satan's mind to see how to defeat him?
That's what I was doing.
That's what he tried to do.
Oh, sorry. My audio cut out. My headphones keep getting it.
Yeah,
I was
that's what.
possessed.
Yeah, that's what he tried to do.
It was not fun.
It's not fun.
Well,
He says, smiling.
people always have bad ideas twice.
So I have a question for Josh.
Yes.
How powerful is this thing called the short temporal jump exactly?
The distance it would be planetary. You'd be able to do it on a planet. So
Oh, so it's a distance, it's not a time measurement.
there is a time measurement. You can like travel backwards and forwards in time, but if you are wanting to do it on a planetary basis, it'd be just the space of a planet wherever. But there is a time, but it's a very short time period.
I'm wondering, and this is a wild theory, okay, so I'm more than welcome to feedback. Could I attempt to jump back in time before the doctor slammed the two jars on the floor and try to retrieve them, or at least
That's-
just
That's literally thousands of years, probably. at
thousands
this
of
point.
years.
Well, hang on, let me just check. And it's on a planet that no longer exists because it got sucked into a black hole.
I thought you were going to
Um,
jump back in time and tell us to pick the beach instead of the carnival.
I'm just saying if there is actually a time. I don't think it. Oh, 42nd century.
Okay, yeah. So it's nothing. It's like a drop of water in the requirement. Hmm.
I will just you've all seen well near enough witnessed a portal. So the hole doesn't look like a deep, but the darkness actually looks like one of those rifts, the time windows. If for yeah.
So
So
we're thinking that the pit is not a pit, that it's a portal. Is that what you were saying, narrator?
yeah, it reminds you of a time corridor, time door, the things that you've been traveling throughout this.
I don't think that it's a pit.
A portal to hell.
Well, or a portal to wherever the thing is.
Go through it. It feels very dangerous.
It feels extremely dangerous. Well, you only live 300 times. In that case, I'm seriously thinking about jumping and going, Geronimo, Allons-y, everyone.
I almost said Alonzi.
I'll scan the pit. See,
Okay.
is it indeed a time portal? I mean, a portal.
Because of everything that you guys have witnessed throughout this, it is. It's definitely one of them. And just because it's been a couple of hours since then, Castor and Lily, you did both see one of these when they were closed off. So they can be closed off. You know they are
Okay.
capable of being closed off.
So if we close it, maybe that contains it rather than having to go through it.
That's if there isn't another one somewhere else here.
Yeah, how would we ever know?
We'd have to get the signature of the portal.
Although
right?
ostensibly Bronte going through the portal the first time is what closed it.
So you're saying I should go through into hell?
No, I'm not saying that.
It's an idea.
It's not a good one.
I could go through it. I don't have a home.
Well, you also could be tortured for a lot longer than I could in hell.
I have been tortured my entire existence.
Oh, well, that's just dandy. That was sarcasm, by the way. I'm very sorry for your existence.
Up to now, this has been quite pleasant. Unless the
think
doctor has a
that
different idea.
Castor's actually related to Marvin. But, all right. I say, oh, jeez. I have no idea. I say we all jump in together.
All or nothing.
You think the TARDIS will be able to find
I
us?
think we should just find a way to close it. You're crazy.
Well, that's like
You
closing
may
a door
live
on a
300
burning.
times, Doctor, but I do not.
Lily, it's like closing a door on a burning house. It's going to burn down. We want to go put out the fire.
Look, Lily, the
Besides-
doctor is like a mega genius. Let's just listen to him.
The way the universe works, nothing can do us.
I'm sure being a companion to the doctor has good life insurance policy.
Oh, well, that's not true.
All
You
I
speak
wanted
as though
was a
you
secure
live
life.
that many times too, Bronte, and I don't believe you do either. So
Yeah, this is one of those times when I wished I would have not picked up the phone on this travel.
We should have gone to the beach.
Should have gone to the beach too.
just saying.
Maybe you were on the way to the beach, but you kind of the TARDIS decided nope. So what are we doing?
Well, I have to go through the portal. Whoever wants to come with me.
I'm coming. I'm going through.
Castor's just gonna jump in. He's not waiting for any of you.
Oh, well, great. And then it closes and then we're stuck.
Castor, have you jumped in, Castor? I just want to clarify, Castor, have you jumped in?
We hear his endless screams from the bottom of the pit, and we say, changed my mind.
Does not make sense to put the rest of you into mortal peril when I cannot be put into peril. I will go in.
Okay.
We're not going to send you in there by yourself.
no,
Don't
no.
be crazy.
In fact, wait.
I don't think he asked us. I think
Yeah, I was about to say, are you having this discussion or are you just like, bye?
Castor,
If it doesn't
you are-
work good, I'm going to rewind the time, if it's possible, of course. It's a couple
Yeah.
of seconds, so you
I'm
can.
sure
That's
the
an
doctor
idea.
can
That's
save
true.
me. Yeah.
there's a problem with that, though. And it does
Yeah, but-
come up in the show. Once something happens, you can't undo it because it happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Paradoxes.
If you try to, you can't. Yeah, you create a paradox.
And what does a paradox do?
It wrecks everything in the universe.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, if your motivation is to turn back time to save him, then he has to die in order for you to have the motivation to go back and save him. It really fucks things up.
Yeah.
And usually those demon things show up to erase everybody involved,
The
so they can put
Krillitanes,
time
yeah.
back the way it's
Well, you know what else
Just
wrecks
don't do it.
everything in the universe? Satan.
Yeah, let's go get him. Okay, well, we got to know what happened.
Did
If Castor
Castor
just jumped
actually
in.
jump in or were you talking with us? Because I think that's going to change some things.
No, I was talking with you guys.
Okay, so you're
Okay.
talking with us.
Yeah.
You
We
can't,
go in
we're not going to let you
together.
jump in there by yourself. And you said you don't have a home, but that's ridiculous. The TARDIS is your home. Don't be silly.
The TARDIS is not a home. Does
The
ship?
doctor lives in the TARDIS. Or you think he's not a homeless
It's-
guy?
It's the
It kinda
size of a
is.
small city on the inside.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so we each hold hands just to jump simultaneously. We create this.
Fine. Together.
Turn my screwdriver into an umbrella so that we float down. I don't know. Okay, let's go.
Okay, you all just jump in. Yeah, you all jump in and you find yourselves in a cave, very reminiscent of one that you've been in before, Doctor.
Yes.
But this seems different. It seems colder. It seems nearly lifeless. Two jars are there again, but they seem to have been glued back together. That's how it seems. They're not fully repaired, but they are there. And just in the distance, you see the same creature you saw all that time ago, but it is colder. It's not. It doesn't seem dangerous.
All right. It's just I'll explain to Bronte. It's like the mind of the devil and the body of the devil were two separate things. The mind was destroyed, I thought, by dropping it into the black hole. This is just the body.
That brings up all sorts of platonic implications.
But here are the jars. They look like they were, well, I broke them. Somebody tried to put them back together again.
And this looks like a very good replica of a cave.
Yeah. I'm not so sure that we shouldn't just destroy them again. Would you think we destroy them or repair them?
So it would be fair to assume that this was somebody's attempt at containing this.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to recreate what happened, and in trying to repair these may be authentic. These may be the actual jars. None of the rest of this is authentic.
And the beast is staring at you all, but his mouth is moving, but nothing is coming out.
I'll walk over to the edge of the pit where the beast is, my arms akimbo. So what is this all about? Where is the rest of you?
And it brings its giant head with its horns right up to you. It's cold. It's not red like it was before. It's blue.
Right.
And it stares into your soul, and it just won't. It can't speak.
Zach, is there anything you can do with the jars?
Oh yeah, didn't you have a repair ability?
I can literally try to spawn completely fresh new vases if that's what you want. So I may look at them like I mean I'm not touching them because I don't want that risk.
That's a good idea. Don't touch them.
I will not touch them. I'm taking creative liberties here. I'm going to tweak some notches and stuff on the gun. And I'm going to shoot at a safe distance so it doesn't intersect the surfaces. Two brand new vases.
I would actually say you could actually repair the
Oh, so I can shoot at them
Yeah.
and actually
because
completely.
you can now Because you can now see them, so you can materialize it back to its former self.
Okay, didn't want to step over bound. I will do just that. I'm attempting just that.
Okay. And because of this, I will give, you can all have, it's not going to matter because we're not too far from the end, but you can all have 2 story points. Well, it will matter for the people returning because it will carry it, but 2 story points extra. And as you do that, the beast disappears, the cave disappears, the pots disappear, you disappear, and now you find yourself in the middle of a field. And around you is where, well, you're outside. You see, you see the menagerie just behind you. You see the
Is it
ood by the
possible to
menagerie
just-
door.
Is this just Zachary or all of us?
All of you.
Oh, we've jumped again back out to outside the menagerie.
And how does the ood look?
Confused from a distance.
But not glowing red-eyed.
No.
How do you feel, Udi?
It will have come over to you and said, I am fine. Something was going wrong.
We found your
Uh,
friend. I'm sorry.
Hmm. I had a feeling.
Does anything about the area look different? Is it alive again? Are there people? Are the guards still there?
The
Police?
guards aren't there anymore. And then you all start to hear, I'm coming for you, Doctor. And then in front of you guys, flashing in front of you, is a person in a dark robes. And their face changes to that of Eddie to begin with. And then changes to the director. And then changes to the guard that was outside talking to you. Changes to the crazed man who you met, Orion Bronte. And just keeps changing to various people. And then the devil's face appears in front of you. And then it changes to another face, a blank face, completely devoid of anything. And it says, this was a game, Doctor. And I'm coming for you all. Especially you, Zachary Archer. And you, Ronti Carlo.
Wait, what?
Sadly,
I'm gonna scan it all while it's doing this to see where it's coming
Lily's time will be over. When the clock strikes midnight on the 7th hour of the 7th day. It's spouting nonsense at this point because,
Yeah,
And then-
I probably watched better horror movies. I'm going to reply to the voice.
and then it goes dark. And as you're scanning this, Doctor, all that's got, even you can scan it, Zachary, with your tie, and even Bronte with your thing, because it has a lot of your data on. Even Castor, the only one who can't really scan it is Lily, because and all you're all getting on the readings is it shares the same, whatever it is, it shares the same DNA as the Doctor, which only means one thing. Is by whatever it is Time Lord or Gallifreyan.
Oh, one of those again. Oh, thank God I'm not actually Gallifreyan.
It's very true. If we're going by, the new law,
the new lore, yeah.
and goes, "This is not the end. The beast was the beginning. I just had to see what you were willing to do. You and your friends, willing to jump into a hole? Well, when you're given no options, that is the only option. But were there any other options you could have taken on this path? Most, there definitely was. This is not the last we have met. All of you. We will meet again." And then he just vanishes into smoke.
Well, let's get back to the TARDIS.
Next stop, the beach.
Next stop, the beach.
And as you guys are walking, a lot of people are less smiley. Well, people are still happy, but they're not as smiley. And all the people behind the desks are no longer in white and they're no longer blonde, blue eyes. They kind of just look like normal theme park people. The temporal rift seems a bit more stable. And you all just wonder, was this really just one big trick? And why play such a big trick? But the Doctor, just in a little more of an epilogue thing before we just take you back to the TARDIS. Your curiosity gets the better of you, and you go back and check in the menagerie, and they still all the creatures you saw are all there. All the all these dangerous beings kept in this menagerie, and you're actually seeing children walking around in here looking at them. And all of you, we can all say all of you decided to follow the Doctor back, and you're just seeing the Doctor has told you about, most of you know, and there's children walking around in here, and adults and elderly people watching, and there's creatures that could destroy entire universes being held in this menagerie. And you almost feel helpless.
I feel as if our adventure really isn't over. We haven't really solved anything. There's a serious problem here with these dangerous beasts. I don't like the idea anyway that they've got things on display like that. I mean, I get the roller coasters and the games, but the freak shows need to stop.
Can we call the cyber cops on these people or the time cops? This can't be legal.
Order
we can put an anonymous tip, but then I will have to leave this place immediately. I don't really want to meet my former colleagues anytime soon.
the Galactic Tribunal, get them in on this and lobby in the universal politics of time to get this closed down.
Take a long
Unfortunately, there are
time.
no other time lords, so we
Yeah.
used to be the ones in charge of this sort of shit.
And it would take a long time because it exists in a temporal loop. So, however, adding on to this small epilogue before we leave, Castor, you have data files on a lot of this. You might have been corrupted by the beast or whatever corrupted you, but you realize that you could actually keep this place safe if by linking to its mainframe, you could stay and at least keep it contained, these creatures contained in the menagerie until something can solve it. You wanted a home, and you have an option.
Caster in control of it all.
I think I should be able to
Possibly.
handle it.
Well,
And
if that's what you want.
it would also give me a place to live. And in the event something happens, I do know how to get a hold of you, Doctor.
Yep, I can pick you up.
There will always be free entrance for the Doctor and his companions.
Oh, we ain't
Indeed.
coming back here again.
For the menagerie is I'm planning to put a 6-story hotel.
Was this really a good idea putting?
They're making more money now than they ever made before.
Exactly. So, for all purposes, you all go back to the top, other than Castor. Castor stays behind, finds his little home. The rest of you get back in the TARDIS and head on your way. And you go to the beach that you wanted as a nice reprieve, even though then you get attacked by giant sand crabs. But, no, I'm joking, you don't really. You actually get a peaceful time. But you contemplate what really happened, and as the narrator, it is obviously I've added a bit extra for the people who will be continuing onwards, which is but it is still a self-contained creature feature. You went to the menagerie a lot quicker because Thom was like, "I'm gonna go see all the weird things first," and I was like, "Oh, this is quick, very quick." So yeah, I went with that and added a few bits on the fly. But yeah, it was called back to the beast, and it's up to your interpretation whether that was real or was it a figment of whatever was really going on. There is another being which, if I was doing this as a one shot, I would tell you who it was, but because it's not,
Okay.
I'm not going to. But they were at play.
I went to the menagerie because I wanted to see the bad wolf.
That indeed,
That whole.
and you did.
All right. Our players included Holly Buto, Max Meltzer, Reason Nelson, Victor Grau, and myself with Josh Harwood as the game master. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you would like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the Doctor Who role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.